I think we're on stream online. We're gonna continue checking out the Switch 2 stuff because there's more coverage of it tonight. But yeah, I will Alright, double checking we're online. Alright. Can I ask you guys a question? Everybody understands how stocks work, right? Like the fundamental idea of how to make money with stocks. Stop saying no, you bitches. The idea is buy low, sell high, right guys? Right? Easy, right? Fundamentally, it sounds easy. Let me ask you. Buy high, sell low, you bastard. Okay, so during COVID, your boy here bought gold. I bought into a gold company called Kinross. And I was really upset at them because in 2022, they stopped operations in Russia. And you might be like, well, yeah, because they started the Ukrainian war. Yes, but they have very big gold mines in Russia, and they just sold them at a discount to get out of Russia. I was really pissed. So I've been holding that stock for like 4 years now. Right? And obviously with the stock market drop... By the way, I don't even know why people are selling out of gold. In times of instability, you buy gold. You buy gold, you buy real estate, because those are things that hold their value. So I don't understand why, with the market crash, people were selling out of gold. Now, again, if you paid attention to the stock market, it was a drop of 5%. So this is, you know, just over half. So it was resistant for the most part, but... Alright, let me show you. I bought gold... like here. Or here. I bought it like here. Somewhere around here. End of 2021, I bought gold. And then I'm like, okay, well, I don't know when to sell it. Because this is not a lot of gain. And I'm like, oh, around April, I was like, oh my god, it's finally rallying and it's gonna go up. Then the Ukraine invasion happened and they're like, well, fuck. We can't support Russia anymore. We're gonna sell all our gold mines. And it dropped all the way to $4. I was like, wow, I just lost a gazillion dollars. This sucks. But since then, they've just been increasing. In the past year alone, they went up 106%. So what am I bringing up about this? When the fuck do I sell? When do I sell? I know everybody, whenever it comes to stocks, they're like, buy low, sell high. Okay. When the fuck am I selling? Because right now, with global instability, it's better to hold on to gold. Whenever there's instability, people buy into gold. When am I selling this shit? I'm still holding on to it. The other thing I'm really pissed off about, another stock I bought during COVID. This is... Oh my god. Fuck you, Trump. So, if I was smart, I would have sold back in February when he got inaugurated. But because I was like, wow, the stock market really likes Trump, and he really likes the stock market. Surely he would say and do nothing stupid to ruin this. Then he proceeds to say stupid shit about tariffs and then actually do it. And now it's just plummeting. This bastard. And the worst, for me, I was already really upset about making this purchase. Just like buying gold, I was like, okay, tech stocks are doing really well. So I bought it around 2021. And then it goes up a bit. I'm like, oh shoot, it's making a good rally. And then all of a sudden it just plummets. And I'm like, wow, I lost tons of money, but I'm not going to sell because I know it's going to rebound. And then it took like 3 years for it to rebound. And then again, the same problem. Buy low, sell high. Okay, well, I don't know when it's high. And now it's plummeting again. Ugh, oh my god. Stocks are just way too much work, man. I don't fucking know. Like, how was I... I read the news every single day, and I actually believed that Trump would actually like back the stock market. Nope, he completely fucked it. Oh my god. Sell when needed, I guess. But you can't, if you do that, you lose. Okay. Long term, yes, it will increase in value. So if you bought in 2020 and you needed your money today, you would have gotten 139% back, which is great, amazing. But had you sold it in September, then bought again a year later, then sold it again in February, you would have easily gotten like 300% back. Because that's math. So the idea of, in the long run, you're still earning money, yes. But if you do this, there are tons of situations where you just don't earn anything because the value evaporates. This is why you pay attention to the news, right? So you got a good idea of how the market is going, which is what I did, believing in Trump. By the way, I'm Canadian, so before someone gets the wrong idea, I did not vote for him because I can't vote for him because I'm Canadian. But the things he says and things he does still fucks things up in Canada, so you know. Anyways, we'll check out the Switch 2 now. But it's just a good thought experiment for those who think the stock market's easy. It's so easy, man. When you get to see this chart, it's so easy. But when you don't get to see the future, it's really hard. Yeah, Jasper, I think you're a lot smarter to buy dividend stocks. For those who have dividend stocks, they're not worried about this right now, unless your company's going bankrupt. But unless your company is going bankrupt, if you own like stable companies that just pay dividends, this doesn't matter. You're still getting your money. You'll never hit it at its peak. Yeah, you won't. Stock market didn't even like him in his first term. That's also true. The stock market rallied really, really high, and then he started talking. By the way, people forget this. Trump started his Trump tariffs trade war back in his first term. All right, no offense to my American viewers, but why? He talked about doing all this shit ahead of time. It's so funny reading like comments like, Trump, you were supposed to save us, not make things worse, but like he's doing exactly what he said. He said he said he would do tariffs, and he did. But everyone was just like, nah, he's just using that as a bargaining tool. No, he was serious. And of course, when he says he'll annex the country, people were like, he's just joking. It would be disastrous for America to commit to that. Well, it's disastrous for America to commit to a trade war, but he did it anyways. And okay, to be fair, he says stuff that is clearly impossible as well. Like, he's going to end the Ukrainian war in like 48 hours. Well, it's been like, what, 2 months? That war is nowhere near ending. So he just says shit all the time. So I get that idea. But like, there are stuff like this where it's clearly like, hey, he is doing what he's saying he's doing. So it's more like when dealing with Trump, you gotta believe that he's gonna do what he says he's gonna do, even if it is crazy. It's better to err on the side that he will do the crazy thing than not. Anyways, I'm sorry, we're way off topic. Yeah, gold is at all-time high, and I suspect it'll keep going. That's why I can't sell. There's no indicators of selling because it's just breaking all-time highs. You know, gold is the safest thing you can buy because no matter what happens, if you hold it long enough, you'll make money. Is what I want to say. And you might be like, what are you talking about? What you just said made sense, so why are you backing off on it? What if one day, because humanity's been trying this for thousands of years, what if one day we finally turn copper into gold or rock into gold? Alchemy, baby. Humanity has been trying to turn random rocks into gold for a gazillion years. What if they pull it off? then you lose all your money because gold becomes worthless because we can just make gold. And before someone says, that sounds crazy, you're crazy, stop talking about crazy things. Did you know we can make diamonds? Not this. Lab-grown diamonds. It's real. You can make diamonds now. Now, it's still very expensive, and there's a lot of things that are problems. So it's not happening all at once. But diamond is another rare material we mine from Earth, but we can already make it. This is so. I know what I'm saying sounds crazy with gold, but like it's not crazy. Diamond is historically valued more than gold. Actually, is that true? I don't know about that one. But yeah, in terms of precious metals, most people would say diamond's more precious than gold. But yeah, we can just make diamonds now. It's still very expensive, and you know, one day that'll change. But it's not worth making gold, right? Yeah, but if things change. So yeah, there's so many random things. Maybe everything we're talking about right now doesn't matter. Because 6 months from now, there's a giant alien invasion, and we all die. I know a lot of you guys think I'm crazy, but I'm not. I rather believe in I rather be aware of a possibility than just write it off. So it's like, because the things that you think are impossible, they're not impossible. Again, I bring up the Bitcoin thing where if someone at school told you about this magical online currency that if you bought today, you can spend it on everything and it's untraceable, and that 10 years from now it will like 5x its value, and you'd be like, no, that's stupid, that would never happen. Yeah, because 5 years from that point, it would 100% its not 5x as well. It's 5,000% its value. My roommate back in university used to mine bitcoins, and when he told me about it, I was like, "This is stupid. None of what you're saying makes any sense to me." Right? Bitcoin's not backed by a government. Bitcoin represents no true value. I don't even know why people value it. And yet, had I just done what he did back then, I'd be rich. But no, I didn't. You know what I mean? Like, stuff that sounds clearly crazy always happens. Russia would never invade Ukraine. You know, they were the same country at one point. They're basically brothers. There is in this world, there's very few countries closer than those two. Nope. That invasion happened. You know? Why would Britain leave the European Union? They basically formed and shaped it. It benefits them so much. Nope, they left the European Union. You know where I'm going with this? Like, all sorts of things sound like it's insane, and then it happens. So why would a alien invasion or like making gold be that crazy? It's not. So you saying CUM will become reality? What's CUM? Illegal alien invasion, send them to the El Salvador. What the fuck? All right. Anyways, let's let's check out the Switch 2. I'm sorry for ranting so much. I know you guys aren't here for the rants, but like, I don't even think I'm that bad on ranting. At the end of the day, I don't bring the message of hatred or something. I bring the message of keep your mind open and don't close off these possibilities. Everything that sounds crazy isn't actually crazy. Anyways, so yeah, we'll go on topic and we'll actually check out the Switch 2, which is what we're here for. Sorry, saying I can rizz up all the global baddies. It's a possibility, you say. It's not zero. Guys, I'm gonna hold off marrying a human girl for 50 years. You know why? 2D girls over 3D girls. I believe within the next 50 years, I will have a perfect waifu in a 2D dimensions. You know, I believe in people like Elon Musk making cat girls too. You gotta believe. If you want the best, you gotta work. You gotta be patient. You gotta work for it, and you gotta believe. So, if you believe you can rizz up all the global baddies, good luck. If you try to prepare for everything, you'll be ready for nothing. That's also true, Tarantula. I'm saying be aware of the possibility, not prepare for it. Also, I forgot to mention this. Did you guys know someone really famous and awesome passed away? I'm not gay. I'm going to preface this right now before someone gets on me for this. But in all my time of watching movies, I always thought he was the most beautiful man I've ever seen. Yeah, Val Kilmer. When I first saw him in oh, why am I blanking? Top Gun. When I first saw him in Top Gun, I was like, who is that hot, gorgeous man? I always felt really bad for him. He lost his voice. And I always felt bad that he did not win an Emmy, right? Because I felt like in some of his performances, he was so good he deserved it. So yeah, I watched Top Gun as a kid, and he always stood out with how... Look at him. Look at him. How is this a real man? Val Kilmer was Tom Cruise's rival in Top Gun. I haven't watched a new Top Gun yet, but I really want to, just to see him. It might be his last role ever. I'm really sad that he passed away. He died too young. This man is 65 years old. But he already had issues. That's why he could no longer speak. But yeah, Tombstone. Oh my god, he was so good in Tombstone. Where he played the best cowboy of all time. And he was dealing with cancer in the movie. No, his character was dealing with cancer. Yeah. Doc Holliday, he played that role so well. He stole the show. And then, of course, the greatest heist movie of all time, Heat. Oh my god. In Heat, he was so good. I think if you watched him throughout the years, he stole the show. Every time he would steal the show. Except for Batman. Did you know he was Batman? I think he wants to forget he was Batman. Outside of this, I think he was very good in everything. Also, did you remember Tommy? Oh crap! I forgot his name. Tommy Lee Jones. Did you know he was Two-Face? He hated himself in that movie. Whatever. They came to him with a big boatload of money, and he just took it. And I always felt bad for Val Kilmer because his acting career got cut short. He should have won an Emmy. He should have been. Yeah. At one point, he was one of the most famous people in Hollywood and one of the biggest billable male stars. I know that sounds crazy because most people don't remember the movies from the 90s and whatnot, but he was that amazing. But yeah, rest in peace. Yeah. Humans just died too early. That's what it really comes down to. Would you hug him from the back? Okay, don't make this weird. Wasn't Top Gun literally homoerotic? I don't know if you realize this, guys, but the American military is one of the gayest things. Can I say that? One of the gayest things on in the world. When you have a bunch of guys, for example, trapped on a ship together, like in Top Gun, in an aircraft carrier, and there's no girls around, there's so much, and there's so much bravado and testosterone and male sexual tension. Like it's automatic. It's automatic. You can't even stop it. The American military is gay. No, okay. All right. Anyways, let's watch this. It was his last role, yeah, in the new Top Gun. All right. Your health rolls are random. Sometimes you can reach 100. Sometimes you can go in your 20s. Oh, as in like when you pass, yeah. All right. Anyways, let's finally watch Switch 2 stuff. I hope you guys don't mind how fucking random these streams have been. I'm still sick. I'm gonna blame it on being sick. I'm also gonna blame it on the Orange Ban. If you think Canadians take it as a joke about the annexation, we don't. We know there's a real chance. So we do pay attention. We're kind of forced to pay attention. Imagine if your pants talked about taking over your hat. You'd be like, what? Anyways. I do want to say, if I ever became American, I would live it up. I would be a proud American. You know, I would flip burgers with one hand and shoot a gun up in the air with the other hand. And I would learn to speak in a Texan accent and a Bostonian accent. And I would do every time-honored American tradition, from barbecuing to shooting up. Oh, God. I'm sorry. That's too far. I would also beat up on random countries, start wars all around the world. I'd be all for it. But I'm Canadian right now, so I can't do any of that stuff. Anyways. Let's watch this. Well, I wish. We will see you soon, partner. Shut up. Alright, well. We drive on the same side of the road, Chalky. Alright, here we go.
Yo, I'm KBHD here. Welcome.
I wish I was a
big
here. Content creator, so I get to actually check out the Switch 2.
With the Nintendo Switch.
Can you believe it's already out? Like, people can actually try it out.
It's obviously one of the hottest and most anticipated new consoles in a long time. So when Nintendo invited me to this little hands-on in New York City with a few other YouTubers, obviously, I said yes. So the first Switch, I don't know if you remember, came out in 2017. So naturally, almost a decade later, there's a bunch of stuff that people, including myself, a mere casual, have been waiting for this to be updated. And spoiler alert, they basically, I think, hit every single one of those things. But there is one big asterisk kind of overhanging all of it.
I do want to quickly pause to remind everyone that Marquise Brownlee is now a very, very rich man. If you did not know this, he actually reviews luxury cars now. So if you think he's going to care about the price tag, I highly doubt it. Oh my God. He's come so far. I'm so proud of him. I've been watching him for like, what, decades now? He's been around for that long. But yeah. I'm sure he's not going to care about like the price.
So general,
which is what most people have an issue with.
The shape, very familiar. It looks like a Switch. Like, you've probably already seen the images online, but it is noticeably.
Oh, there's a hands-on event in Toronto?
So it's the same thickness as the first generation, but it feels thinner because everything's kind of spread out more. It's bigger. The body's bigger, the Joy-Cons are bigger, and it's...
His hands are massive. Did you know he's 6'3"? What the fuck?
It's mostly driven by this big new screen. So it's now a 7.9-inch display up front, up from 6.2. And this is still an LCD, but it's now a 1080p variable refresh rate LCD that gets up to 120 hertz, and it just looks so much better than the original Switch. It looks
better than the OLED
to me too. It supports HDR as well. Notably, it's not an OLED though.
Oh, he
so
does.
It doesn't have the perfectly inky blacks or the battery life advantages that come with an OLED. I do kind of...
In terms of tech content creators, I respect him the most because he's not afraid to say the obvious issues. The OLED would have had so many more advantages, including better battery life, because when it's a black pixel, it just turns off. But anyways, I'm so glad he does. Some content creators say nothing bad because they're afraid to step on Nintendo's toes.
I think that we're eventually also going to see a Switch 2 OLED. I think that makes sense.
I believe that.
It'll probably be in a few years.
Yeah.
It's probably also going to be a Switch 2 Lite in a few years as well.
Great.
Doesn't mean you have to
They've
wait
done
for
like
those.
a light version console every time.
But yeah, I'm definitely loving the variable refresh rate up to 120 hertz. Every game they're showing here takes advantage of it. You know how iPhone defenders always love to say, oh, people can't tell the difference between 60 and 120 hertz. It's no big deal. But,
People are
high
blind if
refresh
they
rate
can't tell
and
the difference
gaming
between
go
60 and
hand in
120.
hand. So I think a lot of people will appreciate the smoother games and potentially also the smoother UI that comes with it. So
Yes, people forget this, but by doubling the frames, the responsiveness is, well, much better. The latency is halved as a result. So you can play and react better. So you will literally perform better. Unless you're just terrible at video games.
So the screen is the biggest improvement. Now there are some other, nice quality of life improvements here, like the full width kickstand that lets you prop it up at a
Does anyone ever remember the original Switch and its kickstand? I used it like twice and it snapped off both times. I cannot believe they just didn't do this kickstand from the very get-go. Why do they use that little tiny thing?
Pretty wide
originally?
variety of angles, including almost all the way down, similar to the Switch OLED. But they added another port up to the top as well. And that makes it easier to charge while the console's kind of sitting on a table or something, since that was a pain before. And it's also perfect for the additional USB Type-C accessories, which I'll get to in a second. But I think the other obvious biggest upgrade is the new Joy-Cons. So many things are better about these new Joy-Cons. First of all, they are bigger, like everything else, which ergonomically is very welcome. The left
matters
and right
to him because his
sticks
hands are
larger
massive.
too. There's a new C button down here for game
Yes, the
chat,
cut button.
which I will also get to
When
in
you
a
press
second.
that, when it fully releases, a blade comes out because the Switch Joy-Cons are basically Switch blades.
And then they connect to the main console with magnets
you can use it for self-defense
in a really
or robberies.
satisfying way. They basically just slap right onto the side and line up automatically. No slide necessary. Love a good magnet. You get them off by holding this release button here.
I thought you had a tiny hand. I thought you had tiny hands, Arrow.
Pushes the Joy-Con off the side of the
Because you have tiny
Switch.
PV.
And I think it's really nicely calibrated. If you just touch the release button but don't pull, the Joy-Con actually pushes off, but then snaps right back on because the magnet is so strong.
Yeah, I think the magnet in the L and R button connecting with the main tablet is actually a cool concept.
But
it's
if
actually
you
really smart.
Release and pull, then it just pops off really easily, and then you can snap it back on whenever you want with a nice click. Now, the neat thing is, most of the Joy-Con is still made of plastic to be lightweight, but at the top here, these SR and SL buttons, first of all, they are way bigger than last gen, but they're also actually made of the metal that the magnets in the console are attracted to. They're steel
that's
buttons.
so smart.
So that's why the connection between the
Japanese
Joy-Cons
ingenuity.
and the Switch
Dual
are
usage
so
on the-
strong.
on
It's
the-
that metal right there. My only worry here
Very well thought out.
is actually just durability. So you can see when you pull that Joy-Con off, you can see these pins on the Switch. And I kind of wonder how many little kids are going to bend those pins. Like, there is a tiny bit of wiggle actually built in to hopefully
You think the
make
kids
it
can
not
actually
snap
bend it?
too easily,
Kids are
but-
weak.
Yeah, there's no
I
way to
bet I
tell
could beat up
until they
100
start
kids
shipping
all
these
at
to real
once.
people, and we start seeing the stories rolling in, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. Oh, and there's also stronger feeling haptics. They're called HD Rumble 2. The Rumble Pack is directly attached to the plastic in the back of the Joy-Cons. They
I bet
feel
Marquise can beat up
nice
like
and strong,
1,000
a little
kids
bit more
at a time.
precise too, so that's really nice. And then lastly, each Joy-Con can also be
They can't
used
even, like,
as
reach
a
his head.
mouse in supporting games. I did not see this one coming. It's kind of interesting idea, but basically there's a small optical sensor on the side of the Joy-Con. So if you turn that Joy-Con horizontally and place that sensor down on a table, you can move it around like a mouse, even rotate it, and that acts as yet another input method that apparently certain games will work pretty well.
This is the least exciting thing of the Switch 2. This mouse mode, I'm never going to use it. I just hope they like allow us to actually connect a real mouse via Bluetooth or something if I want to play a game of a mouse.
With. I was doing this demo of a wheelchair basketball game, and so it ended up being pretty intuitive. You kind of hold the triggers and push forward, and you
I know I shouldn't be laughing at the wheelchair game, but it's so fucking...
What if they release Mario Paint 2? Numsmug.
What's Mario Paint? Have you guys ever wanted to feel how it was like to be in a wheelchair? Oh god. Oh my god. I can't. I'm terrible. I'm just
move
the
forward
worst.
in the game. Never would have thought it would work so well, but there's a good amount of sensitivity.
I always
Apparently you
wanted
can do
to
this
feel
while
like I
swiping
was
forward on your jeans and your lap too, if you wanted to. Other surfaces should work as well. In the Nintendo Direct live stream, they also showed this other golf game where you move the putter around and rotate it and then make a stroke using the mouse motion, all on a table like a mouse. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. We'll see what other games.
I think if it was if a Western company made a game where you like pretend
it's running,
you're in a wheelchair and stuff, they might be in some real trouble.
You know, a lot of Switch buyers.
But Nintendo has some
care about
level of goodwill when it comes to games.
One big spec that they did improve is they've gone from 32 gigs of storage on the original Switch to 256 gigs of storage.
That's such a big deal.
The storage is faster. So I definitely appreciate this. You can see my Switch home screen behind me. I could only fit 3 games on my Switch because one of them is Rocket League and it was like 17 gigs. But I also think this will directly relate to how much larger Switch 2 games will probably be. So
yes,
256
they have to be
gigs
bigger.
Will feel in line with the larger file sizes.
Do you guys think 256 is enough? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't even feel like 256 is enough on my phone. And all I do is play, like, I fill up with gacha games, and I think 256 is too small. Can I make do? Yes, but I play 12, 13 gacha games all at once. I can't fit 12, 13 gacha games and have room to do stuff like record video and take pictures and whatnot. It just does not work. And on the Switch, I'm going to have way more than 12 games purchased, you know?
You know, bigger textures,
and they're going to be bigger than
resolution,
gacha games, obviously.
Switch 2 games will probably also be bigger too. So thankfully, there is still micro SD card support. It lives right here under the hinge again, and you'll specifically have to get a micro SD.
Does anyone have a micro SD express card? Like, I knew it existed, but it's not common whatsoever. I'm so surprised they're making it only micro SD express, because you do not have to have it that way. You should be able to use micro SD cards and then SD express cards. And if a game needs the faster transfer speed, they could just block it out. Don't let you play it off of it.
Express card to play games.
No,
off
they're gonna force the adaptation.
But I think generally they'll be pretty easy to find. I already saw Lexar is going to be making a 1 terabyte micro SD card just for the Switch 2.
I sound weird?
That's awesome. Now the Switch isn't a Switch without the dock, and the new dock supports 4K resolution out to a TV. Love to see that. There's actually also a fan in the Switch 2 dock that turns on while it's docked. So while it's cranking out that extra resolution, it doesn't get too hot. But from there, I feel like all of the new...
I sound like I'm inside a tunnel? This again? Someone told me the same thing last time as well. Wait. The least exciting thing of the Switch 2. Wait, I do sound weird. This mouse mode, I'm never gonna use it. Huh, he's right. That does sound weird. I wonder what changed. No one who watches me has ears, apparently. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. 1 second. These should be the right settings. When did I start sounding like this? The last time I was in stream, was it like this? I'm gonna check, actually. We can just check. That's so weird. Don't you buy from stores? Okay, so the way tariffs work in America is that Trump said if you make the... Okay, that sounds similar. I wonder what changed.
Why am I cut in half?
It was still fine 8 days ago.
Oh yeah, all the settings are still wrong.
I think a setting got changed. Hold on, let me check it out.
Are we even online? Checking. Says we are online. Is there just no notifications for people on the second stream of the day? I forget stuff like that.
All right, I'm gonna check it out. One sec. You're right. It does sound weird.
What's up? I'm going to my GF sister's wedding in 2 days. Life's been busy, but alright. It be you, King.
Huh? I thought you were. I thought you were like, I'm getting married.
I wonder when I'll be unsick, so I can actually do like proper streams. I think we're doing like an hour and a half of streaming tonight over 2 streams, which is crazy.
You're getting married to your girlfriend's sister. No, Microwave's been talking about like marriage and shit, dating girls and shit, long-term relationships. Check. Do I still sound terrible? I'm so surprised. I mean, I am sick, but I can't sound that different. Terrible as always. Fuck you. I will find you, Chima. And stuff your booty. Okay, I'm gonna... You sound like you're sick. I am sick. I wonder what causes these things to happen. I'm gonna look it up. Shuri Mike MV7 sounds like in a tunnel. Directly connected to your computer. It's not. Wait, is it? It is. Okay, so that's not the issue. Fully charged, not through USB hub. Okay, so it's not a power problem. Tunnel sound issue. All right, let's see it.
Shure MV7, which is pretty much the SM7B, but with a USB connection so that you don't have to use an audio interface. And what I noticed when I was watching those videos is the lack of post-processing that people are doing when they're using those microphones. The first thing you'll notice when somebody doesn't post-process the SM7B and the MV7 is it sounds very bassy and muddy and just very dark sounding. Now, what you'll notice with mine, it sounds a lot more clear and presency, and I get a lot of people asking me how I get that sound. How do I obtain that? It basically comes down to how you EQ this microphone, which it's very simple to do and honestly only takes about a minute to set up and then you're good to go. So I'm going to show you guys how you can eliminate all the bass and mud that is inherent with this microphone and really open it up and give it some presence and shine and make it sound much more flattering. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight into the video. So first off, I just want to explain why this is happening, why this microphone sounds so bassy and muddy straight out the box when you start recording with it. It's pretty simple to understand why this is happening if you've been working with microphones for a while, but essentially what's happening is because we are speaking so close to the microphone, we're picking up a bunch of bass and mud in our vocal due to the proximity of Okay, and then at this point, you're probably going to notice that it sounds a little bit too SE microphone up and make it sound a whole lot better. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna show on the screen my EQ settings that I am running right now in order to remove a lot of that bass and add in some presence and really open this microphone. Any DAW that you're working in will have an EQ that you can do this with. You don't have to be using the same one I'm using. In this situation, I am using FabFilter, but of course, if all you have is stock plugins, that will absolutely work. So I'm gonna break down my settings that I'm using right now, but of course, you should be playing around with this and finding out what works best for you. This is just a general in the ballpark range of what you should be working with and what is gonna sound the best in order to remove some of that bass and then add in a little bit of presence and really open the microphone up and make it sound a lot more transparent. So here's my settings that I run. So I normally roll off a lot of the bass. I find that that really helps with opening the microphone up straight away. And usually that's around 100 to 150 Hertz. In this situation, I have it set at 120. And I think that this sounds pretty good right now. But of course, you definitely want to play around with it. Maybe you have it rolled off a little bit lower than 100 or maybe even a...
I'm gonna check how it sounds like right now. I played around with some settings, or actually more like I can't even find the settings anymore. Where the hell did they go? What happened? This is crazy to me. I was told that I sound like I was in a tunnel, but I was like, and then I asked, and everyone's like, "You sound the same as you all." So I was like, "Okay, well, sounds like someone was being crazy." Okay, well, let us quickly check it. Yeah, I do sound different. I just don't know what happened because I didn't touch any of the settings. Because I didn't.
Here's my settings.
I sound a lot darker. I'm gonna just check.
I'm
gonna check how it sounds like right now. I played around with some settings. Yeah, it sounds like it's way off. Or actually, more like I can't even find the settings anymore. Where the hell did they go? What happened? This is crazy to me. Yeah. I was told that I sound like I was in a tunnel, but I was like, and then I asked, and everyone's like, "You sound the same as you all." So I was like, "Okay, well, sounds like someone was being crazy." Okay, well, let us quickly check it. Okay, yeah, you're right. It sounds really bad. Why? Check. And I asked, and everyone's like, "You sound the same as you all." So I was like, "Okay, well, sounds like someone was being crazy." Okay, well, let us check. And I asked, and everyone. Okay, I don't know what is causing it. It is better now, but it's still way... This is not what I was paying for. Oh, jeez. I wonder what causes this. What the heck? Alright, I'm gonna try and figure out after this stream why it sounds so bad. I don't understand any of this. None of this makes any sense to me. It sounded like I was on a web... Is it not my microphone? Hold on. No way. That doesn't make any sense. It has to be the microphone. Oh! Check. Do I sound better now? I think I know what happened. That should sound better. Your ears are bad. Yeah, that's because you only listen to Idolmaster, and I blew out your ears. That's what happens. Guys, don't only listen to Idolmaster.
Your ears no longer work. Okay, I'm gonna listen to myself in just a moment. I think this should be better. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm so sorry for making you guys wait on this. I don't understand what happened. Microphone in. Audio enhancements off. That's right. That should be it. Okay. I'm gonna listen to myself for a moment and then I think we're okay. Myself for a moment and then I think we're okay.
No, it's better.
Myself for a moment. Don't only listen to Automaster. Your ears no longer work.
Yeah, this is way better.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to myself in just a moment. I think this should be better.
Okay, so what happened was I was using the digital version. I wasn't using the direct version. So the version that you were listening to was getting processed, which makes sense because when I tweaked the setting and you said I sounded better, it was because I turned down the buffer. So now I am getting it directly from the microphone in. Oh, I just selected the wrong microphone. So what I imagine happened was OBS updated and I just selected whatever it was. It couldn't hear me. And I just selected whatever it was in order for you guys to hear me. So I selected the wrong input, which was like the digital version. Right now I'm using it without any filtering whatsoever. I think that's what happened. I do sound different. Okay, couldn't hear me. And I just selected whatever it was in order for you guys to hear me. So I selected the wrong input, which was like...
The idea is buy low.
Yeah, see how much of a difference it is?
Sell high, right, guys?
I can't believe nobody said anything. I sound terrible. What the fuck? How come nobody said anything? Guys, when you become sick, you don't turn into a robot. That's not how this works. What the fuck? That's not how a sick person sounds. You don't become a transformer in disguise the moment you become sick. What? That's not how this works. How did nobody say anything? Oh my god.
Right? Easy, right? Fundamental.
Ugh. All right. I'm gonna scrap this video. There's no way I'm gonna put this up now that I know I sound terrible.
Software features
All right, let's
have
go.
a bit of a theme. This Switch 2 feels like a much more social console. Like
Arrow
I
has
think
tiny
Nintendo saw a
PP
ton
that's
of
falling
success
off.
with the original Switch,
And
started
his
thinking about
ears don't
more
work.
ways to
Man,
make
things
it
are
a
getting
better
worse.
experience,
That's what
because now
happens when
there are gonna be
been around for
groups of
800
people
plus
where
years.
Several of them have a Switch. So when you hit that new C button on the Joy-Con, it brings up this new menu called Game Chat.
Oh yeah,
So
thanks,
they didn't
Mono.
let us do this in the demos that I tried today, but in Nintendo Direct, you can see the idea is if you have some friends on other Switches gaming at the same time as you, you can all turn your mics on and talk to each other, or even turn screen sharing on to see each other's gameplay live, which is cool. I know a lot of people do FaceTime while gaming and kind of want to combine the whole experience. So I personally probably wouldn't do this, but I totally get it. And it's funny, it was actually refreshing seeing this in Nintendo's official footage. You can see the
Also realize this is probably still too high. I'll drop it to half.
gameplay from other people as you're watching it's kind of laggy and it's kind of low resolution, but it's totally fine. Like this makes me believe
This is not fine. Do you guys want to know why this is not fine? You're paying money for this. Remember, to have this feature after March of 2026, you must pay for it. Why would anyone pay money to have it be this shitty?
believe more that what we're seeing here is exactly how it'll look. Like Nintendo didn't want to make any fake promises like, oh, it'll be 1080p when you watch other people game.
It's like 30
But
frames
hey,
at
least
best.
you'll have an idea of what's going on their screen, so that's cool. But not only that, if you get this optional accessory here, which is called the Switch 2 camera,
I'm not
this little
until
thing plugs
stand.
into that top port on the Switch when you're docked, or I think you can even plug it straight into the dock itself. And when you point it at yourself, it can automatically cut you out from the background and put your face next to your gameplay. So it literally feels like a gaming version of a Zoom call or something. Like everyone can see their friends' faces and their friends' reactions to the games in real time. And some games will even integrate that feed a little more, like putting your face over where an avatar would normally be. It's like video chatting while playing a game. It's not going to be the highest fidelity thing ever, but it'll be a sort of extra layer on top and makes it feel more social. So game chat is cool when you're in multiple different places, but there's also going to be situations where multiple people are all gaming in the same physical place with switches. And so they built a feature just for that, which is being able to share a game.
Bro, thanks for the raid. I thought you were...
have it yet. Up to 3 other people. So one Switch 2 is the host.
Wait, what? I
and
thought
then
you were
up to
watching
3
stream.
other Switches, they don't have to have the game installed at all. It's just one guy goes, all right, guys, I'll have this game. We're all going to play it
welcome
in the
everyone.
same room. And every one of you now temporarily has this game, and you can play your own perspective of the multiplayer or whatever without having to buy or install the whole thing at that moment. I'm not sure exactly how long it'll take to set up or like exactly which games will support it, but a Switch 2 can host and then up to 3 other Switches can join. It's called Game Share. I like it a lot. And then actually, speaking of games, there's basically
Yes, the Game Share thing is the best thing they mentioned.
The Switch 2, there will be native Switch 2 games. And those are the ones that are the most optimized and should look the best with the best graphics, potentially taking the most advantage of the extra features and game chat and mouse controls. Then there will be Switch 1 games, some of which will be compatible with the Switch 2, just might not look as good. And then there will be Switch 1 games that get kind of remastered or updated for the Switch 2. So like a Switch 2 version of the game. So hopefully you don't have to pay a full price for a whole new game. You'll pay a smaller amount for an updated version of the game for the
Okay,
Switch.
so even he doesn't know how much it would be, how much it would cost.
Hovering over all of this.
The price?
Which is pricing.
Oh my god, he's actually going to talk about it. I thought he was going to be like, I'm too rich to talk about pricing. Okay. I gotta hear this, because this is the most expensive Nintendo console by far. It's not even close.
See, the Switch 2...
Everything is so expensive.
Start off at $449.
That's so much money.
Now, I've seen mixed reactions to that price. Obviously, the Switch 1 was amazing. It was $300, but that was almost 10 years ago. So now, you know, new specs and up.
Before someone says, that's inflation, no, it's not. That is a 50% price increase. Actually, in the last 10 years, did prices go up 50%? It does feel like it. Okay, fine.
Dates and inflation and tariffs and all of that, to me, actually makes $449 feel like a pretty reasonable price. The Switch 2
I don't think it's reasonable at all, though.
Is $50. Feels about right. There's also a new Switch 2 Pro controller with new back buttons, plus a headphone jack, and of course the added C button.
If it isn't Hall sensors, I don't want it. Actually, they did. Oh my god. Did they not mention if they're Hall? Oh no. Nintendo still wants to have their Joy-Cons drift. Oh god.
That'll be around $80. But then the game pricing is where they start to lose people a little bit. It's reported that Switch 2 games are going to be around $80 just for a digital download Switch 2 game. $90 if you want the physical version. That definitely feels really high. There are so many great
stream is
PC
all over the place,
console
Rose.
games, and even Switch 1 games in the store in like the $50 to $60 range right now. NBA 2K25 is like my staple for an expensive game. That's $70 on the PS5. So pushing that up again, $80 to $90 for a Switch 2 game does feel kind of like it's...
Is this even worth it? You have to pay extra. You have to pay a premium to get a Switch 2 console. You have to pay for online, which is a premium. If you have a Steam Deck, for example, or you play games on PC, you're not paying for online. Come on. And before someone says you're paying for the internet bill, guess what? You still pay for the internet bill on the Switch 2. Come on. And then you add in that first party price increase. Like, it's crazy expensive. If you look at it from any individual point, you're like, this is crazy. Then you add it. This is already expensive. Then you add it all up, and it's just insane.
Pushing it. And then they also announced this really smart-looking demo game called Welcome Tour that basically walks you through all of the features and lets you demo everything and really get to know the Switch 2 well. That reminds me of Astro's
Mono's talking about like the PS TV, where it's like a PS Vita internals, but no screen, and they sold it at a discount.
And that was free.
I agree with that. I barely play on handheld nowadays.
Nintendo has even done Wii Sports in the past, which was a free demo game that came on the Nintendo Wii and low-key turned out to be one of the greatest games.
Exactly. This is not the same game as Wii Sports or even Nintendo Land. and you want us to pay money for this. Nintendo is so insanely greedy nowadays.
Of all time. The Nintendo Switch 2 demo game, though, is paid.
Why are we paying for a demo game? I don't care if it's $10. Why are we paying whatsoever? We're already paying 50% more for the Switch 2 over a Switch 1. Even with inflation and all that stuff, that's way too much.
It's not included for free. It's going to be like 10 or 20 bucks or something like that in the store. But even just having it paid at all, to me, seems like a huge miss. That's going to be so many
Yes. What idiotic. It's idiotic.
people that are not going to experience it, that are not going to be able to fully walk through it and understand and get to know their Switch 2, because no one's going to go buy that demo game. I don't know what they were thinking there. Other than that,
Yeah,
though,
no one knows.
The Switch 2 seems pretty sweet. Not going to lie. I really like it. There's a reason the original Switch was one of the best.
But should we be
selling consoles
surprised? For the Fire Emblem Heroes players in here, should we be surprised? I've said this many times. If Nintendo could make one more dollar at the price of pissing off 100 people, what do you think they pick? They picked $1. How about one more dollar and pissing off 1,000 people? They still picked $1. This should not be a surprise to anyone. They're all about money now.
of all time. It was well priced, great form factor, very versatile. For me, the perfect airplane game console. I would say the signs are pointing to Switch 2 also being really good again. But there are also definitely some things we still don't know. Like, for example, we obviously don't know the chip and the RAM. We do know it's confirmed that there is some amount of DLSS happening. I would assume.
That is not impressive. Before someone loses their minds about it, any modern game hardware is capable of doing DLSS 4K upscaling. They all do it. I know people are losing their minds about, the power of the Switch 2. It's industry standard, please.
Assume that to do 4K on a TV, there's some amount of upscaling happening. We just don't know exactly how much yet. But then also battery life. How similar or different will battery life potentially be from the first Switch?
Mono, that's what I'm saying. You pay such a premium to get Nintendo,
life, but
the Steam Deck,
so the battery capacity can be bigger.
PC,
so maybe it just
free
balances
online,
out and it's
all
similar.
better.
TBD. I don't think fast charging is announced or anything crazy like that. But then also things like durability and whether they fix Joy-Con drift or not. These are all things that are TBD and that I think would be great to find out for a full review. So maybe get subscribed if you're interested in seeing something like that, to be among the first to see it. And let me know in the comments down below what else you want to see. Either way, thanks for watching this first look. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below.
All right, I'm going to ask you guys, since Steam brought it up. Yes, you cannot play Mario on Steam Deck unless you emulate it, but even that, even then, that's piracy, which I'm all for. If you commit piracy for Nintendo, go for it. And if you find yourself in any trouble for that, I did not tell you that. Okay, how many Nintendo first-party Switch-only games did you guys complete on the Switch? Because it's not worth it. I did not complete 10 first-party Switch-exclusive games over the, 10 years? 8 years of the Switch. I did not. So am I going to pay all that extra money just to complete a handful of Switch exclusives? Oh god, that is such a bad value proposition. Now, if you're dingy and you suck Nintendo cock and every Nintendo game is a masterpiece, obviously you're going to be playing all of them. In which case, then yeah, it's worth it, because with each game, that's another divisible of the price, right? If you only bought the Switch 2 to play one game, you're crazy. But if you bought the Switch 2 and you played 100 games, well then, now that makes sense. So I can understand it from his perspective, even to the level of cocksuckery that he does. But with all that said, on a personal level, if I wasn't a content creator, I think there's almost no way I'm buying a Switch 2. None of this makes any sense to me.
And I'll catch you in the next one.
Whatever you
Naturally,
consider
almost
as
a decade
complete,
later, there's a bunch
you
of
got your
stuff
value
that
worth of the
people,
game. You're
including
done with it.
myself, a mere casual, have been waiting for this to be updated. And spoiler alert, they basically, I think, hit every single one of those things. But there is one big asterisk kind of over.
So Mono says 0.
So
A
general
lot of
form
people did not.
factor-wise,
I
the
would
shape,
bet most people did not
very
even
familiar.
beat 10
it
games.
looks like a Switch. Like you've probably already seen the images online, but it is noticeably bigger. So it's the same thickness as the first generation.
All right.
but
Well,
it
that was
feels
interesting to
thinner
learn about. Are we only talking about Switch exclusive or any games available on Switch? Switch exclusives matter the most because the argument would therefore be you could just play it on PC or your Steam Deck or whatever console method of playing the game you want to go with. Yeah, like time exclusives, for example, don't feel good for me. I have a PS5. I am not buying Final Fantasy on PS5. I'll just wait for it to come on PC. And if I had I known Stellar Blade would come out so soon on PC, I wouldn't have bought a PS5 version of it either. You know, time exclusives don't make sense to me. They should just be exclusive, period. Otherwise, I'd rather just wait so I can avoid paying big money for it. But again, if you're a content creator, then you pay big money to do many things. Okie doke. You guys know the Trump tariffs don't make any sense, right? The meme right now is that Trump is putting tariffs on penguins, which is obviously hilarious. The blanket 10% tariff on everything is hilariously bad because it shows no attention to detail. You cannot blanket tariff. It just shows very clearly you have no idea what you're doing. You cannot pretend that penguins have been taking advantage of you. Also, we checked out Val Kilmer dying. Oh wait, Trump tariffs penguins. Let's see what happens. How Trump's tariffs target a U.S. airbase and penguins. So, landlocked African nation of Lesotho, an island home to a U.S. airbase on Australia's head island, McDonald Islands. So what's going on in these situations is they're buying stuff. No. The U.S. has to buy stuff from these islands. How does this even make any sense? Okay, so obviously these nations, African nation, Lesotho, they're not buying anything from America. So if America buys anything from them, which they do, inherently, because they have the U.S. airbase there, right? So business has to be conducted. Therefore, there's a trade deficit, and therefore they deserve to be tariffed. That doesn't make any fucking sense. I think anyone can figure out that that makes no sense, right? Trade deficits can happen for all sorts of reasons, and sometimes it has to happen, and it makes sense. So to punish a nation where you're hosting an airbase makes zero sense. This is you causing a you problem, and then you punch the other guy for it. Okay. Anyways, Australia's Heard Island and McDonald Islands, where most residents are penguins. Yeah, this makes no sense. Oh boy. Oh my god. Tariffs for formula. Oh. Confounds the world, punishes the poor. Some of the highest tariffs on the poorest nations. You have a trade deficit with poor nations because they don't buy shit from you. That's just how this works. They can't buy a Tesla. Imagine you're in Vietnam where you have sweatshops. Americans are buying your sweatshop labored clothing and shoes and shit. And then there's a trade deficit because, you know, labor is cheap there. And as a result, Vietnam is like, man, with all our sweatshops, we're going to buy a Tesla car to balance out the trade. No, that would never happen. Like, none of this makes sense. Oh, God. Anyways, there's trade deficits for good reasons. Because these countries cannot buy stuff from you. They can't afford it. And therefore, there's a trade deficit. It doesn't make sense. All right, I just want to know about this. It's outside of the volcanic Australian territory of Heard Island, McDonald's Islands, Antarctica, and you're tariffing Antarctica? What the fuck? They don't make stuff in Antarctica. I think everyone understands they don't make anything in Antarctica. So of course, you're going to have a trade deficit. What are they supposed to do? Okay, anyways, the penguins got lightly, you might say. Madagascar, one of the poorest nations in the world, gross domestic product per head of just over $500, a 47% tariff. Because they sell you vanilla, metals, and apparel. How does this make any sense? Yeah, they're going to sell stuff to you because you don't make vanilla in America. Metals are going to be really cheap because you pay nothing for labor. And you cannot just get all the precious metals in the world in America. That's not how precious metals work. Presumably no one is buying Teslas there. Oh my god. I'm actually glad someone pointed this out. The things America makes, you cannot buy in these countries. How much money would you have to spend to buy a Tesla? A Tesla from America to Madagascar? It would make no sense. For the Americans in here, do you even know like what you're exporting? Like a Tesla car is obvious, but like what else? What are you exporting? America is a country of services. You export services. You don't export goods. This doesn't make any sense. Oh god. Anyways, I just cannot believe it. What do you expect the penguins to buy from America? I don't think they want a Tesla. I don't think penguins drive. Anyways, I'm gonna get off the subject. It's just none of this makes sense. It's just, what are we doing? Had he at least been more sensible, right, where there's not at least, you know, a baseline tariff, then it's easier to understand, right? Then at least you could say, hey, you know, the administration's trying. They're trying to balance things out. But because there's a baseline tariff on countries that could not possibly buy stuff from America. In other words, if you just do anything there, it's a deficit. It doesn't make any sense. Any level of business done in these countries will just cause a deficit. That's not on them. That's not on them though. Penguins don't drive. So they're not going to buy a Tesla. I don't even know if Tesla's working in Antarctica. But yeah, this doesn't make sense. Okay, we're going to get off that. U.S. citizens are being deported for publicly saying anything against them, and some of them have not been able to return. Gamma, I read about that. That was insane to me. If I told you guys this, you would think it's crazy. If out of 100 people, one person was guilty, would you kill 100 people to get rid of one guilty person? And you might be like, this is a horrible thought experiment. But what I just said was real. When the Japanese took over Taiwan and they were trying to find sympathizers, get rid of sympathizers and rebels, they would just wipe out entire villages of people. Because if they suspected there was one guilty person among them, they would just wipe out the entire village. I'm not kidding you. That's how people treated people. You cannot do that. Not in the 21st century. So if you suspect one person to have issues, you cannot put innocence in the way. If even, in my eyes, if even one innocent gets caught, you cannot go ahead with it. You gotta figure this shit out. Chances are, yes, innocents will get caught up all the time, but like from what it sounds like, tons of innocent people are being sent away, deported. It just makes no sense. They're exporting U.S. citizens. No, not exporting U.S. citizens. Deporting U.S. citizens. Did I misspeak? Trump thinks Alaska isn't even a state. Alaska is not a state. Alaskans should have no human rights. Alaska should join Canada. You know what? Keep treating Alaska badly, so they can join Canada instead. How about that? Let's see what. I have gone 100% on 3, one of which... Oh, at least you beat 3 games. That's pretty good. I think that's better than most people. Are polar bears in Alaska? That's a good question. Let's find out. Oh, there are. Wow. I thought it was just legal immigrants. Yes, legal immigrants. Man was deported to El Salvador in error. They admitted to at least one. They admitted to at least one fault, one error. But I'll be honest, I think it's easily going to be more than one. For cases like this, it's really, really hard. But it would not surprise me. It's one clearly. By the way, democracy is dead, by the way. Everything Trump has done have been all emergency acts. Like, I bet if Trump could put in a emergency act for flushing the toilet, he would, just to get it done quicker. This isn't how you're supposed to use emergency acts. They're supposed to be used in extraordinary circumstances, but he uses it on everything. Let's find out how many executive orders he signed. This is not how you're supposed to do this. He signed 220 in his first term. How many has he signed now? $109? Seriously? It's only been 2 months, guys. Not everything's an emergency. If you guys recall, when we first found out that Trump was getting inaugurated and he's becoming president, we had one viewer say, "Hey, it's right for Trump." That viewer's been banned, by the way, because he's clearly crazy. He said it was right for Trump to put cartels and label them as terrorists. No, it's not. If you do stuff like that just to expedite things, it loses all meaning. Executive orders are just becoming standard orders in America. You cannot just use it for every fucking thing. Then it has no meaning. If everything is a rush order, there are no rush orders. So this is so problematic. Because in his first term, he signed 220 in 4 years. He's already signed 109 in 2 months. This doesn't make any sense. This also means democracy is dead, because there's an executive order skips everything. It just gets done. Well, from my understanding, it skips basically all bureaucracy. I might be wrong. I'm not American, so I don't fully know how everything works in America, but you can't do that. Like, what is the point of having a political system if you're just going to skip it all? Anyways. Judges can block them? Okay. There has to be something there. Because he just gets to do crazy stuff now. You said U.S. citizens, there's a big difference? Legal immigrants are a step below U.S. citizens. So I understand what you're trying to say. And you might not care about legal immigrants, but a legal immigrant is there with acceptance from that country. You can't just shit them out for whatever reason you want. You do realize this immigration crisis was caused by Biden administration, right? Is there actually an immigration crisis in America? This looks pretty standard. America's always taken in immigrants. That's actually kind of funny. Central America doesn't deal with immigrants at all. Well, not literally, but like comparatively. Nothing here is a red flag. Since the 70s, you've basically kept the same rate. Immigrant share of the US population, it's been rising. If they're a legal immigrant, that means what is in America? Don't they have to pass a certain in Canada, we basically have an immigration form, and you have to attain a certain amount of points to be to pass that, and then you get accepted in Canada. So things like education are highly valued, wealth highly valued. So if they're a legal immigrant, they had to. Again, I'm not sure about what America is, but in Canada, it's a pretty high standard to even get into Canada. Well, hold on. Hold on. Illegal immigrants are one thing. People smuggled in is one thing. I get it. Legal immigrants is another thing. Do you guys think legal immigrants are bad? You realize you're not taking Joe Blow. You're taking people who are educated, who have money. And yes, no matter what, when someone comes into the country, they're going to take a job. They're going to need housing. They're going to take up public services. But they make up for it because they contribute towards society. They pay their taxes. Hold on. Is that what this is about? You guys just think all immigrants are bad? I would really hope not, because literally America is a land of immigrants. Yes, they eventually become US citizens, but to get there, they had to be an immigrant. I'm sorry, I'm Canadian. For us, this is normal. If you're a legal immigrant, you've earned the right to be here. And so, in Canada anyways, you've earned the right to be here. And so people can't just kick you out. That doesn't make any sense. You had to meet a certain standard to get in here. Which, by the way, every Canadian gets told this. Most Canadians, if all Canadians lost their citizenship right now, and their immigration, and they're just treated as illegal immigrants, and they had to go through the process of legally coming to Canada, half the country would fail it. Does that make any sense? Like, half the country would not be able to get back into the country if we all got booted out today.
One of the first things that Trump shut down was a Biden program that expedited the regularization of asylum seekers. Trump supporters equate them to people who jump the border. So in their eyes, it was just labeling illegal immigrants as legal. People regularized that way are now being persecuted.
No. If you looked into Trump's view on illegal immigrants, you quickly realize it doesn't make any sense. Even legal immigrants get labeled as illegal immigrants temporarily. Because you're put in holding. You do not have legal immigration status. You're not supposed to be legally be in the country, but that's okay because you're in holding. Stuff like that gets lost and it gets thrown into that figure, but that doesn't make any sense. That figure... Things don't get done instantly. I think everyone knows that. There's a processing stage where you're not legal. But to just label it as a legal immigrant is also untrue. But unfortunately, that is what he's doing to bloat those numbers. And I think a lot of people are falling for that. It's like that in every country, by the way. Immigration's not done immediately. It takes months. So people are stuck in limbo. But that does not mean they're illegal immigrants. Yes, people are, border hopping and smuggling themselves into America. But that's not what we're talking about right now. It used to be you had to wait outside the country, the implies refugee. Biden changes so you wait in the US. No, that's normal in a lot of countries. You wait in the country. Yes, it's better if they wait somewhere else. Absolutely. That wasn't normal in the US. Yeah, you're making that very clear. Biden literally changed it. I get it. I'm not saying what you're saying doesn't make any sense. In Europe, for example, that's normal. If you want to go enter the EU, you wait outside until you're given permission to enter the EU. So I get what you're saying. This is what I'm talking about. Like, Mioi is a good example of that, because if you're working a job and you're paying your taxes, you've earned the right to be there. You're a legal immigrant, or you're on a work visa, or whatever, but you have gotten permission to be there. So this entire idea of we're just going to boot out legal immigrants doesn't make sense. That's fundamentally wrong. The gray area is when people are undeserving of being a legal immigrant. And I get that. They should have never gotten that status in the first place, and they should never have been there in the first place. But you can't just blanket and boot people out. It's really easy for a lot of American citizens to say this because they know it will never happen to them, but in my books, it's not worth one innocent person getting caught up per 100 people. So like 1%. That's not worth it. But I get it. I mean, in America, it's us against them, even though them is also us. So, sure. I know Congress blocked the tariffs that were pointing at Canada, but that doesn't fix all other tariffs thrown at other countries. We're still being tariffed. We're just not being tariffed additionally. For example, our car tariffs are 25% on both countries now. America put 25% on us first, on our cars, and then we put 25% back. Now we're both at 25%. But that's because... but just because we weren't included yesterday in on that tariff list doesn't mean we aren't being tariffed. We are. It's just because we're so close to each other, America's being forced to treat Canada and Mexico with more respect because they're more major trading partners. All right, sorry, let me catch up. All right. Like manual labor, no American wants. They want the Wall Street jobs. Yeah, I don't understand why you guys want manufacturing jobs. I don't know if you guys know this, but Americans are lazy. When it comes to remedial labor, you guys are absolutely lazy. When have you seen someone like working remedial labor in America? Do you know there are people in like foreign countries, like in freaking Bangladesh, that are so happy to work long ass hours at remedial labor? because that's how bad things are there, that this is considered a high-end job for them. You guys don't want these jobs. Why are you forcing... why are you creating a situation to bring back these jobs? It doesn't make sense. Americans hate remedial labor. I think everyone understands that part. This isn't about H-1B visa people. This is about refugee status people. I would presume America's a really hard country to get refugee status in. Is this really a problem? How do you even get refugee status from America? Oh, you like manual labor? Alright, Tarantula, you're different. I actually love manual labor. I hate IT jobs. What? Oh, last 10 minutes of VG. Thanks for reminding me. I haven't done anything. I'm not talking about skilled trade, like carpentry or plumbing or something like that. Like, I'm talking about like working at sweatshops and making t-shirts and shoes all day. There's no way you guys would enjoy that. Alright, sorry, I'm doing VG real quick. Were you a former sex slave? What? Snowfate, you're missing the part where you don't get paid well. I'm talking about sweatshops, guys. You're not getting paid well. Do you guys realize if you made a t-shirt in America instead of Vietnam or Bangladesh, which are two of the bigger countries when it comes to these things, do you realize how expensive that t-shirt would be? Like, it doesn't work. You're not gonna... You want to pay $100 for a t-shirt? You're not... No one wants to do that. I don't even know... Oh, okay, whatever. I don't even know how people are thinking about this. Some states are charging child labor laws, or changing child labor laws. They are... Are you being serious right now? Alright, anyways, I almost done the VJ stuff. Thanks for reminding me. I completely forgot today was the last day. We still have people making shirts just so robots do everything. You're right. No, you're absolutely right. There are shirts made in America. But it's not the same. Like, even if you had robots working it, it's still cheaper in other countries. Alright, let me put on a video while we do this. I'm really interested in Canadian elections right now. It'll be very interesting to see what happens, because whoever wins has to deal with Trump. You know what we realized? If you guys have been paying attention to the rhetoric Trump talks about with Canada, he stopped saying 51st state. And I know most people are like, oh, that's great. But you want to know what the problem is then? It turns out Trump just really hated Trudeau. He wasn't disrespecting Canada, he was disrespecting Trudeau first and foremost. But you shouldn't have a world leader that holds personal grudges. Like, you're there to represent your people. If you have personal grudges, how are you supposed to work with people? I think most people realize this. Look at it from the inverse. I think most people can figure this out. Tons of people hate Trump, like world leaders. Tons of world leaders hate Trump, but they're still going to work with him because that's a professional thing to do. You wouldn't suddenly take things personally and be like, I guess I'm going to annex your country now. You're going to be the 51st state. Like, you wouldn't do that. That's craziness. Politics shouldn't be personal. You still obsessed with getting Greenland? Yeah, the Greenland thing is really real, though. Alright, almost done. By the way, you know, as a educated Canadian, because, you know, I went to university, I work as an accountant, all that stuff. I always get confused by America's, like, you know what the greatest contradiction in politics is? When you're a politician and you tell everyone that the government sucks, but your government, you can't. Why are you saying that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, big government sucks, but you're literally part of your government. It doesn't make much sense. And the reason why, like, because there are tons of things in the world that a government has to handle that you wouldn't see it. I think a lot of people are, like, worried about personal wealth and all that stuff, but there are things out there that are not reflected directly monetarily. Like, a better roads, in other words, you can get to work faster, or less accidents, or safety. How can you put a price tag on that? You wouldn't be able to put a price tag on that. But there's, like, an obsession with just cutting down on government interactions and letting the private sector handle everything. But it doesn't really work that way, because the private sector doesn't look at the big picture. They look at the small picture and they maximize profits. It's why America has some of the worst public transportation in a first world country. Europe's way better. Canada, as bad as we are, better. Like, you'll never worry about making, like, intercontinental rail, because it's better just to get everyone to buy cars. You know, like, there has to be someone who actually cares about the big picture. Otherwise, it's just going to be chaos. Alright, anyways, I'm done with Faye. Let's watch some anime. Oh, let me do my dailies first. The reason why I brought all that up is because in Canada, the Conservative Party, which is the right-leaning party, all about cutting taxes, minimizing government powers and interactions. I always feel like they just missed the big picture. Okay. Sorry, I didn't fully catch up earlier. Canadians smuggling drugs in the US. You have to pass an exam to be a legal immigrant in Canada. How do you even... You guys know most illegal immigrants in Canada are Americans, right? to get to Canada is really hard because there's two giant oceans. So the easiest country to get into Canada from is of course America. Because otherwise, say you're like on a boat or something, I don't even know how you're gonna survive. Imagine like you're from China or Taiwan. I don't know why you would leave Taiwan. Say you're from like China or something and you try to get to Canada. I don't know how you're gonna make it across the ocean. You're going to die. Likewise, if you're in Africa or something, you want to get to Canada. I don't know how you're gonna get here. you're going to die. To get here via plane or something, then you have to pass the immigration boards. In which case, they won't let you in. You'll just be held at the airport and detained and sent back. Is co-op up? Who's one of the best units in Epic 7? You guys should kick them out, the Americans? New Moon Luna? I'm still surprised that Epic 7 is still going so strong. Well, it's not that strong, but like it's still healthy enough. Guys, did Gold quit? Is he still leader? No, he's not. They used to be top 50, guys. Oh, this is so sad. Oh, God. This is so sad. They used to be top 50. Gold Hub used to be a top 50 union. Now they have a leader who doesn't even log on every day. Perry doesn't even play anymore. Well, actually, Perry probably plays a bunch of other accounts. Wow. The death of a top union. 24 out of 32. Yikes. All his top members left? Yeah, but I think that's based off of leadership. Also, shoutouts to Arrow. Arrow said earlier, "Can you make the guild lost players have to request us to join?" So American, trying to keep out the legal immigrants per our agreement, which is open union. And then we've gotten a few players join just to mooch out off of our work on the last few days. Yeah, I know how that feels. After all, I'm mooching off of your hard work. All right, let's see this. This year's year 7, yeah. Epic 7 making it to 7. It's crazy. I'm gonna build a wall. No, not before I build a wall.
Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
You know, I actually, if I wasn't a VTuber, you guys think I'm kidding about this stuff? I'm not. So in Canada, anyone can become a political party, right? Because it is, you know, a democracy and all that. But I know people think I'm joking when I talk about like McGah, make Canada great again, and then making a wall to keep the Americans out, to keep out their widest. And making a wall, making America pay for it. Like, I would actually do that if I wasn't a streamer. It's way too much shit to go through because I'm very publicly exposed. But I know in an alternate universe where I'm not like this, I would actually absolutely do it as a meme. They already showed the next units and changes coming next week. Oh yeah, that's right. I was supposed to read. I was supposed to read the developer notes. I think tomorrow I'll start reading stuff. I'm glad I didn't read it earlier because I sound like shit earlier, and nobody told me why.
Careful now. Let's go again.
I'll put some time in like improving audio quality. I didn't know.
Epic 7 still trying really hard.
Kingdom. Oh, shall everyone follow me?
That's impressive. 7 years into a gacha game, still trying really hard is impressive. Okay, I need more ammo. 2 lines is not
The
enough.
light of the kingdom. Oh, shall me.
Oh yeah, I'm doing commander duels of Kusanagi tomorrow.
Under the light of the kingdom. Oh,
And
shall
thou
me.
art fleet through.
You know, the more I think about it, I think Canada should invade America.
Light of the kingdom.
We did it before.
Shall me.
We went all the way to the White House and burned it down. It's not too late. If we did it once, we could do it again, right? That makes sense. Then we can solve all the problems with the tariffs
Everyone follow
in the
me.
world. We just need a very big military first.
Under the light of the kingdom.
I wonder why there's been no meme rhetoric about, like,
As long as we're
you know,
together.
how we can avoid all the tariffs in America. What if America just joins Canada? Then there would be no tariffs. Look how smart I am. I'm amazing. The entire world would not have to deal with American tariffs if America became part of Canada. I'm a friggin' genius. That just got no rocks. Fuck off. Ugh. Well. The year, the War of 1812, yeah. For the upcoming celebrations are giving away 5-star hero selectors. That's awesome. Alright. Is there actually co-op right now? The video explains it better? Yeah, sure. I'll check it out. Oh, it actually is up. Also, we have to do the survey. Tonight's the last night. Electric weakness? Alright. You have MILF weakness. Now I'm just gonna play Epic 7. I've already tried Epic 7. Nah. Though, honestly, had I picked any gacha game outside of Faye, I think I would have been fine. But I picked Faye. If I dedicate myself to FGO... Heck, maybe even Azure Lane would have been better, to be honest. Oh, God. It's too late now, but no, I'm not starting Epic 7. Starting Epic 7, 7 years in, the game gets barely any new players. I'm well aware of the struggles Epic 7 has. If you think the Fire Emblem Heroes community is bad with all the crazy people that are in the Fae community, I think Epic 7 community is just as bad when it comes to crazy people. There's a lot of crazy people in the Epic 7 community. Alright, let's do this. Alright guys, get your booties in here. Well, yes, the fake community is among the worst when it comes to delusions. Oh my gosh, is that Eldritch? I was talking about Canada taking over America, but when I think about it, taking over mainland America is really hard. But we could probably do Alaska. You know, if I ever become prime minister, the first thing I do is annex Alaska. Think about it, guys. Alaska is not even connected to America on the mainland. But they are connected to Canada. And I think Alaskan polar bears and bears in general would appreciate Canadians way more than Americans. You know, we'll just pretend, we'll just start something like, I don't know, all the snow that Alaska smuggles into Canada, we gotta stop it. So therefore we have to like invade Alaska. Anyways, this all makes sense to me.
Do Alaskans actually consider themselves American? I asked this about Hawaiians as well. Did you know it's not just Alaska and Hawaii as like these distant American territories? There are also you guys hold like random ass islands in the Pacific as well. I wonder if like these guys actually consider themselves American. You should take your crazy pills. Politics have driven you crazy. I don't think I said anything crazy. I don't think it was that crazy. Here, here's the code. All right, let me change ourselves. I don't know. If I was Alaskan, I would identify as a polar bear. That's way cooler than identifying as an American. And you should also like identify your gender as a attack helicopter. Oh my god. You know, a meme about this shit, but like I genuinely believe like 20, 30 years from now we're gonna have some really weird stuff in the world. Like a bathroom just for attack helicopters. Because I don't know if you guys noticed this. I do take surveys because they pay you money, and I thought this is so weird. In the gender part, it wasn't 2 genders, and before someone says yeah, because there's transgender people, it wasn't just 3 genders, and you guys might say yeah because some people don't want to identify as a gender. It wasn't even 4 genders. There's like 6 genders. And I was like, what? It's getting crazy. Like, I get it. Like, you don't want to identify as a gender, but like, you can't convince me there's 6 different types of genders. Like, okay, saying that you don't want to identify as a gender, let's strike that out. But you can't convince me there's like 5 genders out there. Like, that's what? It's just getting crazy. My pronouns are I fuck you, okay? Was food an option? Guys. Why is there so much Fuda porn? Can anyone just tell me that? When I go on to like these 3D animation sites for adults, it's just Fuda everywhere. It's like going through a barrier of dicks before you find something that is just like straight. What is this obsession with 3D animation Fuda? I don't understand it at all. It's really effing hot. Are we sure? In America, we have 11 genders. My pronouns are he, not him, because I'll never be him. Aww. Black Wolf, if you weren't a furry, I'd be sad for you. Your pronoun is furry. If that makes any sense. Come on, guys. One more person, yeah. Well, let me pee check. Damn. This is actually going to look like a really good run. What's our plan? It's an electric team, right? So someone's going to be Rouge, someone's going to be Double Cindy. This is going to be a really good run. Our weakest link is obviously Arrow. Because he's bricked. Okay, let's find a new weakest link. Alright, Shiki, get better soon. And once you get better, let me know so I can hire more people to get you sick again. Take care, sleep tight, rest well. Why is it so hard to find one more person? I don't want anyone bricked. Like, we already have Arrow. If we get 2 bricked members, it'd be too much. Ping your Discord, boys. Oh, fine. For you. Oh, fuck. Wolf joined. I was about to ping everyone. Alright. Congratulations, Black Wolf. You're now the weakest link. Just kidding, it's still Arrow because he's bricked. Alright, so our plan is a full-on electric team. Okay. So, based on this, it's Arrow or Obama as Rouge. Whoever wants to be Rouge. Is Foodon a girl technically straighter than just vanilla? I don't know. Guys, Obama or Arrow decide. Who wants to be Rouge? Okay. So be it. Now we need a crown. A crown and either a niece or maiden. What the fuck? Hey. Hey, why are you guys throwing? We don't even have a burst 2. What the fuck was that? You think you're funny, punk? What was that? What the fuck are you doing? Why do we need 3 Cinderellas? Oh man, fuck this. Alright, we're throwing this one. Good job, team.
They just added some new content to the Madoka game. It's sort of like a raid battle you complete to get score based on performance. The rewards are raw materials whose scarcity have been bottlenecking players. So be sure to check it out and cheer.
Sure. I don't think we're watching Gundam tonight. It'll take too long. You guys want to watch, like... I want to watch at least one episode of anime tonight. I've been taking a look at, Better Memories? What is it called?
You have to unlock events first, though, which is done by clearing a few labyrinths from the main story.
Okay, who are you? Sugma has not talked about Faye all night tonight. This is not Sugma. What happened to real Sugma? I want you to know, if you kidnap Sugma, do not ransom him. Just sink him to the bottom of the ocean. That's what you should do. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, Eldritch or Arrow. It doesn't matter. Who wants to be Rouge?
For anime night, we should watch Lupin the Third Part 5.
Sure. I don't know. I don't know if we can watch 3 episodes tonight, so it's probably better just watch something. Okay, Brickdrich. I don't care. Obama, just go Cinderella Obama. Is it better for me to go Maiden? No, I got a crown now. Yeah, I know. You can brick. When did this brick thing happen with Arrow anyways? Arrow used to be a normal individual. Do you guys remember when you became a weirdo?
Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
I'm all in. Reloading.
Nora! Hi, thank you. I need the water. Define weird. I define it as you. Oh, I should shoot these down, shouldn't I?
All right, let's keep going.
Does it even matter if they hit? They do like no
Let's
damage,
test your
right?
luck. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
Let us all strive.
I don't want to tell you guys this, but remember a couple streams ago I pulled my back? I've been fucked up since then.
All right, let's keep going.
I feel so old.
Let's
I
test
can
your
still
luck.
feel it. Oh shoot.
Under the light
I don't
of the
wanna be
kingdom,
old.
all shall kneel. I'll take
Hey,
lead.
Shin.
Everyone follow me and attack.
We're about to hit top 100
Reloading.
probably.
We can do it faster.
Let's test your luck. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
Let us all strive to be beautiful.
Oh, this is a top 100 run. We're gonna hit in the billions.
Let's test your luck. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
Let us all strive to be beautiful. Reloading. Cover me.
Now that April Fool's is officially over, what was the worst April Fool's or
Let's
best
test
April
your
Fool's
luck.
joke you guys heard?
Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel. I'll take lead. Everyone follow me and attack.
All right, let's keep going. Reloading. Cover me.
Let's test your luck. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
All guns towards Sophie. Fire!
No, the best in general. The best gotcha one was easily Nikkei. It wasn't even close. I did like Blue Archives though. They had like a fake faction and they gave you it was like 30 minutes long. They did program and everything and it looked really believable.
All guns.
I thought that was really good.
We can do it faster.
Someone posted a fake lead with Silksong being in the Nintendo Direct. But it was in the Nintendo Direct.
Let's test your luck. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
CRK made everyone get high on shrooms. Well, you have to be high on shrooms to play CRK.
Let's keep going.
To make CRK in the first place, you probably did tons of drugs. Power World dating game? What?
We can do it faster.
What? Rouge, no!
Let's test your luck.
Brick, Arrow
Under the
Brickman!
light of the kingdom,
Bricking our
all
run!
shall
Our
kneel.
top 100 run! Arrow through. I want everyone to know, arrow through.
Reloading. Cover me.
Steam Dextero fell for. Oh my gosh. That's epic. I did not know that.
All right, let's keep going. We can do it faster.
There was a funny April Fool's joke on a stream that had a sick vampire pretending to be a
Under the
robot.
light of the kingdom, all
Nim
shall
smoke.
kneel.
Nobody told me. I didn't know my microphone was so bad.
Beautiful.
I didn't even know we had the wrong setting. I just assumed it was right.
Did you see? Your king has won another victory.
Well, that's a pretty epic run. We almost got elite status. Ooh! Wolf with the big PP damage. Look at Helm's. Oh my god, Arrow's helm is shit. Guys, look. Rouge and myself as crown. Eldris is Rouge and my crown did almost 30 mil. And a DPS. A attacker Nikkei like Helm. Barely 34 mil. Bricked. Your crown is shit. Your helm is shit. $1.3 billion. What the fuck? That's really good. Hey, Hug! Can we get Hug a shout out, guys? I'm really happy that you finally got through your barrier. Broke the 200 barrier so shortly after 160 barrier. Congratulations. Hey, Hug, how you been? We're on private. Whoopsies. I couldn't see it because Frosty Tools was blocking it. I just AC'd. You just got asked? Like your ass time's okay. I think Alaska should secede from America and be its own country. Oh, and Valorant. Ace and Valorant, alright. Why not? Wait a second. Does the American Constitution not allow states to leave? In Canada, you just have to win the referendum. So if 50% of a state of a province, which is equivalent to a state, essentially you could just think of that way. If they decide to leave, then they'd leave. They succeed. Oh, Shin took it. Eldritch, more like Slowdritch. You guys, when you guys know when all this shit happened with Diddy, I couldn't even think of one song he did. It's always so weird. Like, supposedly these people are really famous and they have so much power, and you just like know nothing about them. Okay, so Wolf will be Rouge. So that means this. Oh my God, Shin. Oh yeah, he has a Obama, you want to be Rouge? So Shin can use his god. Yeah. Whatever you're down for. Wolf, do you want to go Anise or Maiden? Or it's fine. I'll take whatever you want to take. Fuck. I'm not blaming you because I also had a brain fart. I was like, where the fuck is Anise? We both had a brain fart. We're throwing this.
Okay. I'm not blaming Black Wolf on that because I was trying to switch to Anise and I couldn't find her. We just both happen to have a brain fart. Did you know if you're American and you're rich, you don't, generally speaking, your crimes are never a problem.
Let's test your luck. This is going on a bit long.
Huh?
I'm okay.
Why are we not dead?
Down
Oh.
with those who threaten the kingdom. Did you see? Your king has won another victory.
Never mind. That's half true, just like your pee-pee is half size. Oh. You can be poor with nothing to lose, that's right. Oh yeah, speaking of which. Luigi Mangione. Is that how you say his name, last name? I heard they're talking about giving him the death sentence. That's pretty badass. That's what you should do. You shouldn't be allowed to murder someone and get away with it. But I'm surprised they're even talking about that. It's the right thing to do. All right, I know Wolf has a good one, but I also know Obama has a good Cinderella. I'm good of either. Is Maiden or Anise better, guys? I don't actually know. Maiden or Anise? Maiden better? Okay, just go Maiden. Wolf, Maiden. Let's take advantage of Shin's Core 6 and D. Should do it more often, TBH. Kusanagi, I don't know if you realize this. You're one of the richer Americans, so you should probably not condone getting rich Americans killed. Yeah, you're bursting at the end. I'm condoning capital punishment. Oh, okay.
Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
I thought you were condoning
Let us all strive to be
killing people once they get rich. Isn't that funny? I actually think it's kind of funny in a terrible way. Like, for example, once your net worth hits 10 million, people can just execute you on the streets. That'd be... I mean, that's terrible, but like... That's literally what some people are arguing for. The moment someone gets rich enough, they know their life is forfeit. What the fuck?
Let's test your luck.
And I get it, alright. Insurance people denying coverage, that literally causes people to die. But you can't do that. Most professions in the world negatively affect people in horrendous ways. In fact, most of the big paying jobs negatively affect people in tons of ways.
Let's test your luck. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
Let's do as much damage as possible.
I just hope people realize a CEO has a fiduciary duty to their shareholders. Their job is to make money.
Let's test your luck. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
And unfortunately, making money usually involves doing tons of shitty things and making shitty decisions. But yeah, his duty is not to the American populace. So it's weird when people make those expectations.
Let's test your luck.
It's a very capitalistic society, so like, what did you expect? It's just how it works. So yeah, in my eyes, even if people argue he's someone who the world would be better off without, it doesn't make sense.
Let's test your luck.
If Americans really wanted insurances to work in the way that it benefits people first and foremost, then it should be a public thing. It should be by the government. It should not be private. But then people would be upset about paying more money for their insurance, so you can't have it both ways.
Let's test your luck. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
I'm all in.
The killing seal doesn't do anything to actually stop the multi-billion-dollar company. Yeah, he just gets replaced. Does anyone know who the new guy is? Yeah, they just get replaced. They're replaceable. CEOs are usually temporary anyways. It's not a lifetime position or something. The moment they do bad, the board votes them off, then get another one. So killing a CEO doesn't do anything. The board just votes in another dude.
Let's test your luck.
They need to put the military outside McDonald's and make the fatties exercise. Free healthcare can't happen while the food poison the US has. You know, recently I heard a saying, and I thought it was so funny and so accurate. Everyone knows in America healthcare isn't free, right? We all know that. So one guy said, why do Americans eat as if their healthcare was free? I thought that was so good. It's so accurate. Oh, this was the worst run. Alright, that's fine.
Did you see? Your king has won another victory.
Obama! I knew Obama sucks ass. Look at Obama. 100 million difference. Oh my gosh. Obama. Wow. Wow. I knew Obama sucked at this game. Yeah, washed. He's washed. What's your body count over there? Looking. Body count for what? I haven't murdered people. Sure. Wait, Shin didn't even start with the burst, and Obama was 100 mil behind. All right, let's do one more run. So denying coverage for things people's insurance states it covers. Gamma, you're American. You want people to fuck up, so you can sue them to oblivion. Unfortunately, suing insurance companies is really hard, because they'll drag it out and make sure you go broke before you ever see the end of it. But fundamentally, they wouldn't deny you unless they can get away with it in a court. You know, when I was a kid, the first time I learned about the concept of suing people was the McDonald's case. Do you guys remember the McDonald's case where that lady got hot coffee and she said it was too hot and it burned her hand? And obviously McDonald's like, what the fuck? Of course you want hot coffee. For those who don't know how coffee works, to unlock its flavor, you do need it to be very fucking hot. But yeah, she was like, it's too fucking hot, I burned my hand. And then she took it to court, and then she won. Where's Rouge? I always thought that was so funny. She got millions of dollars for ordering coffee. That was hot. Even though you want your coffee to be really hot. The hotter the coffee is, the more the flavor the beans release. So, I still can't believe. Like, when I first read about that, I was just like, this doesn't make any sense. Third degree burns on your legs. Like, you spill the coffee on yourself and then you hold the company accountable, which doesn't make sense, but that's how it works in America, so. Did you ever see the photos? It was actually scalding hot. Wait, what?
Bring me luck. Just a
Are we still
moment.
talking about the same case?
I'll reload. High roller, step back. Let's test your luck. Down with those who would threaten the kingdom.
Let us all strive.
I'm gonna check this up after this. So the reason why I struggle to believe that, then it would have been like a class act. Well, maybe not a class action, but it would have involved more people. Because everybody else getting served coffee at that same time would have had scalding hot coffee. They would also have been a part of that.
High rollers, let's test your luck. Down with those who would threaten the kingdom. I'll reload. Focus our attacks. High roller, step back.
Alright, I'll Google it after this. I don't mind being wrong. It's worse to stay wrong. But I remember reading this case as a kid and thought it was ridiculous. I would remember it
Please bring me luck.
if the burns were like,
Down with those who
if they
would
showed off the
threaten
burns, I'd
kingdom.
definitely remember that.
Hope the water isn't too salty for ya.
I'll reload. Please bring me luck. Let's test your luck. Down with those who would threaten the kingdom.
Hope the water isn't too salty for ya.
Next week, what's up?
High roller, step back. I'll reload. Please bring me luck. Let's test your luck. Down with those who would threaten.
Who's the queen?
kingdom. I'm all in.
Is Marvel Rivals still doing well? I haven't really heard anyone talk about it.
High roller, step back.
Oh, Emma Frost. I don't want to hear anything about Marvel right now. One of the most upsetting things I've heard in Marvel in a long time.
Some dirt on my face.
Did you guys know the new Venom got revealed?
Down with those who would threaten the kingdom. Now we must.
Those who know. I guess it's fine to
I'll
spoil it.
reload.
Guys, who's your favorite Venom? It's Eddie Brock, isn't it?
Rest assured, beauty remains impervious.
I'll reload.
Like, I think most people can agree that's the best Venom.
Let's test your luck.
It's
Down
friggin'
with
Mary
those who would threaten
Jane.
the kingdom.
Venom is now Mary Jane. What are you doing?
Too salty for ya.
So that means in some
High
sick
roller,
universe,
step back.
Spider-Man and Venom are banging.
Please bring me luck.
That's fucked up. I don't want Spider-Man to bang Venom. That's hot as
Test your
fuck.
luck. Down with those who would threaten the kingdom.
Or Peter's banging Eddie Rock. Okay, well, whatever, man. I wasn't going there.
Please bring me luck. I'll reload. High roller, step back. Let's test your luck. Down with those who would threaten the kingdom.
You know, I don't know about you guys. I can't follow comic books at all. The way comic books works is that they have all these alternate dimensions.
Let's test your luck.
So,
Down with those who would threaten
whatever
the
story
kingdom.
I'm talking about could be true or false based on what you know. Marvel universes are basically a gazillion different dimensions and alternate timelines. So, like, everything you can think of
It looks
happened.
like
Everything
I've
you
won this
didn't
game.
think of happened. Oh my god. I was talking shit about Obama's shitty Cinderella. But Arrow's no better. Oh, wow. Arrow's bricked. There's nothing else that we can say about it, guys. All right, good job, guys. That was pretty good. I think we did pretty good. Let's check out what did we get? Top 3%. Oh, I thought we would at least be top 1%. You're telling me top 100 is doing about 3 billion, so we're not even halfway there. If we did 300 mil, we would be top 100 though. Yeah, we did have a perfect setup, but it was partially Blackwell's fault. Isn't it normal for society to blame everything wrong on the furries? I take no responsibility. Alright. I'm gonna... Do you guys still want to watch anime tonight? It is getting kind of late.
Hope you put it to good
Tomorrow, I'm doing Commander Duels of Arrow. We're doing account reviews as well. And hopefully tomorrow, my audio settings... I'll get some time to check out my audio settings so we can actually do the gacha revenue list. As well as read the new...
Welcome to Rupee's shop.
Read the new...
Doesn't it feel great spending money? Thank you for coming.
Well, new-ish. It's been a couple days. Dev notes.
Can I help you with anything else?
Society's blaming minorities for everything? Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Let me help
Fuck the
you.
furries. Literally? No, don't do that. I'd fuck a furry. Guys, I didn't find Brady attractive at all. Is there something wrong with me? I didn't find her attractive. I'm 940 tickets. I love Ganyu. What? Are you gay? Hold up, dude. No, I'm straight. What the fuck? Streamer doesn't like Brady. Streamer confirmed gay.
It looks like I've won this game.
Always says he's gonna touch me. You're a lightning bolt. You don't have a gender. More cushion for the pushin'. Yeah, man, I too find it super attractive when you're grabbing onto something and you don't know what you're grabbing on.
Get serious, okay?
But do you have so many blue tickets? I'm trying to do like commander duels with other content creators, but it's been kind of rough.
It seems this battle shall drag on. Cover me. I'll take my chance.
So
This attire vexes
I'm gonna Google it right now when it comes to what we were just talking about, the McDonald's lady who sued. But since we're talking about fat women as well,
Not bad for a weakling.
I watch. Do you guys on YouTube watch people who eat food like competitively? I watched this guy called Electric Eric, and he was eating the diet of the world's fattest lady,
My sister.
who's obviously American.
Reloading as soon as I can. This attire vexes me. It seems this battle shall drag on.
All right, so this is what. This is the case we're talking about. In the infamous hot coffee case, Stella Lieback sued McDonald's after suffering severe burns from a spilled cup of coffee, leading to a jury awarding of nearly $3 million, which was later reduced. She spilled coffee on her laps, suffering third-degree burns. Wait, you... Skin grafting on third-degree burns? Lieback sued McDonald's, claiming the coffee was dangerously hot. 180 to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, that is very high. And the company was negligent for not warning customers of the risk. Do McDonald's machines even boil coffee to that degree? I don't know about that. A jury found McDonald's 80% responsible for the incident and awarded Lieback $200,000 in compensatory damages and $2.5 in punitive damages. Oh yeah, in America, you get to sue people based on emotional damage. I don't know why. That's weird. In Canada, it's capped at $100,000. You can't sue because you're emotionally distressed to the degree of millions of dollars. So out of court for confidential amount. Lightning rod for discussions about tort reform and the perceived excesses of the legal system. Oh my goodness, sis, thank you so much for rating. We're checking out the lady who got... She died. She spilled the coffee and then she died. Oh fuck, I love the song. Oh my god. Do you guys like the song? I'm gonna share it with you guys. I've heard so many of my favorite VTubers sing this one. It's a great song. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna... But yeah, welcome everyone. I'm saying good night. Most people know me for Gacha games. Sis, what were we doing? Hope you had a great night. Who are we? We are legends. Welcome. No, this is the original case. I was just curious about it because we were talking about it. The poster child of excessive lawsuits. I agree with that. She placed a coffee cup between her knees. Do humans ever take responsibility for their own actions? What? Okay, so what was the incident? Burn incident. Stella May Lieback was born in Norwich, England on December 14th, 1912. On February 27th, 1992, age 79, Lieback ordered a 49-cent cup of coffee, and with that, she got a sue for millions. Anyways, through the drive-through window of a McDonald's restaurant at a 5001 Gibson Boulevard South. Why are they telling us exactly where it is? Can we go to that exact same McDonald's restaurant and sue them again? Anyways, Lieback was in the passenger seat of a 1989 Ford. She wasn't even driving, which did not have cup holders. Wait, whose fault is that? Why didn't she sue the truck company for not having cup holders then? Her grandson parked so that Lieback could add cream and sugar to her coffee. She placed the coffee cup between her knees. Knees weak, mom spaghetti, and pulled the far side of the lid toward her to remove it. In the process, she spilled an entire cup of coffee on her lap. How do you spill the entire thing? Lieback was wearing cotton sweatpants, which absorbed the coffee and held it against her skin. So, look, it's terrible, all right? I don't want some old lady to get hurt. But at what point do you say, hey, this is partially my fault? You know, like, yeah, the coffee was too hot, but all this shit. Because remember what I said going into this. If it really is that hot, why didn't everybody sue on that day? Because she wasn't the only one getting that super hot coffee, all right? Other people were clearly getting that super hot coffee, and they didn't have such an issue. Look, it's terrible what happened to her. I get that. But you have to take a certain degree of responsibility for your own actions. She put herself in a vulnerable position and she got burned for it, literally. Lieback went to shock. What? And was taken to the emergency room at a hospital. She suffered third-degree burns on 6% of her skin and lesser burns over 16%. She remained in the hospital for 8 days while she underwent skin grafting. Skin grafting for third-degree burns? That's crazy. During this period, she lost 20 pounds. What happened? Nearly 20% of her body weight, reducing her to 83 pounds. After the hospital stay, Lieback needed care for 3 weeks, which was provided by her daughter. She suffered permanent disfigurement after the incident and was partially disabled for 2 years. Okay. I was with it all the way until the very end. Partial disability for 2 years? It was hot coffee. It was a third-degree burn. on your lap. How do you get partially disabled? Okay, they lost me there. Okay, yeah, it's terrible what happened to her. Absolutely, but it makes me doubt things when you become partially disabled. Okay. Sought to sell McDonald's for $20,000 to cover her actual and anticipated expenses. McDonald's actually gave a counter offer of $800. I'm actually impressed they even try to settle this. Okay. Anyways, this case is crazy to me. Yeah. Starbucks sells... Okay, so here's the thing. Coffee temperature. According to 2007 report, McDonald's had not reduced the temperature of its coffee, serving at 176 to 194 Fahrenheit. We have to have two measurements of temperature because Americans are crazy and want to be special. Relying on more sternly worded warnings on cups made of rigid foam to avoid future injury and liability, though it continues to face lawsuits over hot coffee. In 2013, they reported that McDonald's had lowered its service temperature to 170 Fahrenheit to 180 Fahrenheit. What the hell is a Fahrenheit? The Specialty Coffee Association of America supports improved packaging methods rather than lowering the temperature at which coffee is served. Yeah, because you have to boil the coffee really hot to truly release the essence of the coffee beans. The association has successfully aided the defense of subsequent coffee burn cases. 2004, Starbucks sells coffee at 175 Fahrenheit to 185 Fahrenheit. It just looks like it was industry standard to boil coffee at that temperature. And the executive director of Specialty Coffee Association of America reported that the standard serving temperature is 160 to 185 Fahrenheit. So it was within normal coffee temperatures, which is why this thing is so crazy to me. Maybe it was, say, 10 Fahrenheit more hotter than it was supposed to be, but like that's way too much, man. This is where you lose me with the disability talk and the skin grafting off of like 10 Fahrenheit hotter coffee than standard serving maximums. Anyways, old people fall and die. Okay, that's also true.
— This brings to mind when I fought beside my
Okay,
sister.
Lightning's about to show me pictures of the burns, and he says to show it on stream.
It seems this battle shall drag on.
I presume Lightning's trying to get me banned.
This attire.
Oh,
vexes
it
me.
burned a sensitive area. Oh, I see.
I shall go again.
I'm not for big corporations, but I think
If we
as
work together,
a sentient
this'll
being,
be a walk in the
you
park.
have to take responsibility for your own actions. Now, I'm not saying she shouldn't sue McDonald's. Get your money. It's a big fucking corporation. Take as much as you can from them. But like the fundamental reported value of a 3 million lawsuit is just insane. Don't put words in your mouth. Okay, I'll put other things in your mouth. Like my anyways. And he gets after me for capping for Nintendo. Oh my god. I hate when they don't auto target those.
This attire. I'll give you my full attention.
In 2020, a man. What did I just read?
Another victory for us, thanks to me.
They only needed to pay her 18K and then got taken to court for it. I do think 18K is excessive as it is. I wonder how that case would have been treated had it been in Canada. In Canada, you can't sue for emotional damage. Well, you can, but you can't sue very highly for emotional damages. Trust me, guys, if I were American and I lived in America, I would try to sue everything. Each and every one of you. I would try to convince judges that by looking at me, you gave me PTSD. Because of how ugly you are.
Get serious, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, I was kidding.
I shall go again.
I've seen every one of you guys. You're all beautiful people.
This
I hope that makes you feel
attire vexes
better.
me.
You're countersuing. I actually wonder, has
Tis taken me
has
longer
anyone
than
ever
usual.
sued a streamer?
Had I donned my
How does that even
neutral garb,
work?
I would have been swifter.
Streamers can convince you to like buy all sorts of shitty products. Can't you just sue them for what the shitty products did to you? What if you...
It seems
What's
this
that
battle
Logan
shall
Paul
drag on.
drink? That energy drink that they keep trying to peddle to everybody. What if you drank that and you got a heart
Another
attack?
victory for
Can't you
us,
just sue him
thanks to me.
and the streamer for it? Prime? No, Prime is what you use to give me money. No, is this seriously called Prime? That's so stupid. Yeah, the honey thing too. Like, shouldn't you be able to sue the streamers, the content creators, because they have a responsibility to the viewers.
Another victory for
You cannot
us,
just take any
thanks to
deal
me.
and then just say, "Oh, I didn't know." That doesn't work that way. Your streams are my comfort things to watch. How do I make anybody comfortable? People have sued corporations over energy drinks like that in some cases. Not YouTubers though. That's interesting. If it were me, and I wasn't a content creator, I'd go after the content creators too. I'd sue Mr. Beast for for making me too happy. In which case, I got a heart attack, and now I'm disabled. But as soon as I win the lawsuit, I'm no longer disabled. I'll sue for mental damages. In Russia, a Twitch streamer sued Twitch for like $1 decillion, which is more money than ever existed in the world. I mean, they are Russian. If that's what a Russian lawsuit looks like, that's what it is. I have no idea what a lawsuit in Russia looks like. I have no feeling on how they treat their law system. Time to sue Sang, who's with me. Yes, sue me. Streamer convinced viewers to try drinking pee, got a bladder infection, and then gets a bladder infection. I think this one's okay to take.
Commencing operation. Leave the support to me.
By the way, I don't want anyone to drink pee. Don't put that on me. What's the craziest thing you've ever heard someone say on stream, guys? If you even remember that. I'm trying to remember. I've heard lots of crazy things on stream. Heck, I probably said a lot of crazy things on stream. That's so interesting. Now that we're thinking about this, getting sued makes me think about all the crazy things people have said. But I'm not thinking of anything directly. Craziest things I've heard on stream, Nintendo's evil. That's too soft. The craziest thing I've heard in counter argument is that Nintendo's good. I'm suing Sang for not selling his bath. You know, I'm still surprised no one sued Belle Delphine, because someone actually tested the water and found it didn't contain enough DNA to say with certainty that she was even in the water. So in other words, she misled you and sold you a product that wasn't what it was, because the gamer water was girl gamer water, and apparently you can't even tell if a girl was ever in the water. Probably saying that you're not gay. Well, I'm straight. Sangers, what about the Human Rights Tribunal Canada has? What if the coffee lady was Canadian and went to that? I think it'd get tossed. Here, I'll show you guys.
Fully active. Under the light of the kingdom, all shall kneel.
Oh! It's higher than I thought. My mistake. I've been telling you guys it's $100,000.
You have to get third degree burns from the bathwater to make any money from a lawsuit. As if that would happen. So here's what I thought it was. The Supreme Court, Court of Canada established a cap on general damages, which includes pain and suffering, loss of enjoyment of life, and emotional distress at $100,000 in 1978. So I was under the impression, I was telling you guys, in Canada, you cannot sue for emotional distress past $100,000, which is not the case in America. In America, you could sue for millions of dollars based off of emotional distress. But I suppose due to inflation, as of 2023, the cap for pain and suffering damage is around $360,000 to $450,000. So in Canada, you can sue a pretty sizable amount of money based off of emotional distress. But in America, it's millions of dollars. So it is a pretty big gap. So yeah, it originally was $100,000, but yeah, I guess with inflation, it would be around $360,000 to $450,000. That makes sense. That's Canadian money? Oh yeah, that's worth like $1 American dollar. New character coming in HSR? Yes, I want to check her out, but I'm still coughing quite a bit. Though I've been coughing a lot less today. I'm feeling pretty good, actually. Alright, we better watch anime soon. We'll probably watch like an episode or two. I wonder if Sugma's still here. If he's not, we can just watch whatever we want. Wait. I know how we can catch his attention. Faye. Farm Heroes. Fire Emblem Heroes Veronica. Farm Heroes Corin. Farm Heroes is a good gacha game. Okay, I don't think he's here. Vale. Yes, Vale. Farm Heroes Art. Okay, he's not here. Never mind. Okay, so we'll just watch some whatever. You said time for tomorrow. I'll probably start streaming at 7 p.m. So whenever 7 p.m. Eastern time. So whenever you're good to go.
I'm still here, but we should watch.
Oh my god, he actually is here.
If it's not possible today, then another day.
I want everyone to know Sugma was sleeping, but as soon as we said Farm Heroes, you guys ever see the Eyes Awake meme? As soon as we said Farm Heroes, he was awake.
Under the light of the kingdom, the time has come. Let's give it our all.
I like to use my dupes for Silver assuming I get maids. All right.
As long as we're together, I will never fall.
All right, then in that case, I'll do 2 of the minor free games I was supposed to check out on stream. Yes, the Squidward waking up meme, yeah. Have you fought this boss in the story yet? No. Well, technically, yes. But no. I auto it.
It's the final battle. Come on, we can do this.
Which Nikes do you guys think I should be building for the Solar Raid? I have all the water Nikes built. I think I'm gonna level up Helm's Burst. I don't know. We'll probably watch like 1 episode. I don't want to be up too late. I want to make sure I stream on time tomorrow.
Under the light of the kingdom,
One stroke, and thou art cleaved through.
I'm glad that's all resolved.
All right, I think we'll play 10 minutes of 2 games and we'll watch an anime episode and then call it night. I think that's good. And then tomorrow we'll do Commander Duels with Kusanagi. I don't know how many pulls we're doing tomorrow. Probably a lot. We might be pulling for hours at this rate. I don't know. I don't know how many pulls he has. I don't know how many he wants to do. You have 600? Yeah, that's gonna take a while.
Warm welcome to the challenger.
That's gonna take a while. Let's do like 300. I think if we did 600 together, it'd take forever.
I expect your operations to be well
I guess we
planned.
could.
I'll be treating this
You know what?
no
We'll figure it
different
out
from real
once we
combat.
get there. I wonder how long it'll take to go through 600 polls. We'll just be polling for like 6 hours. What the fuck? Okay, maybe not that bad. All right, let me set up things.
Hold on a moment. Time for class to begin. Pay attention in class. Target clear. Hold on a moment.
All right, we'll play like 10 minutes of 2 games, and then we'll go do we'll watch anime.
Target eliminated. Hold on a moment. Time for class to begin. Let's wrap this up.
Or save because we can challenge someone. Yeah, I have 900, so I can save 300 for other people.
I should start preparing for the next class.
All right, I'm setting up.
Watch over me.
Does the link work for you guys?
Hold on a moment. Time for class to begin. Let's wrap this up. Target eliminated. Reload. Hold on a moment. Time for class to begin.
The time has come. Let's give it our all.
Target not eliminated. Target not eliminated.
All right, I'll check that game out. I kind of owe it to them. P-Cube has been very, very supportive of me throughout the last 2 years. Basically, every time P-Cube releases a game, they let me play it, and sometimes they even pay me to play it. They even gave me a shout out on for checking out their Asia Game Showcase on Twitter, which was pretty cool. Even though I don't really think anyone checks out their Twitter. But anyways, it was cool for them to even recognize that exist, especially with all the games they sent over. So. I should at least check out their game for like 10 minutes. Technically speaking, they would want me to check it out way more, but I've been sick and I don't really have time for it. Guys, what is the best handheld console of all time?
I'm glad you're safe. Mission complete.
Do you know I purposely said handheld? My favorite handheld console of all time is not the Switch. In fact, when it comes to the Switch,
Clean up this mess and go back.
I think 99% of my time on the Switch has been docked. So I almost never play it mobile. If it wasn't obvious, Game Boy Advance, that's my favorite. I still remember buying my Game Boy Advance, and I still feel dumb about it. I purposely bought a Game Boy Advance over buying... I bought a Game Boy Advance over buying a DS at the time. Even though a DS could play Game Boy Advance games. I kind of regret it to this day, but I loved my Game Boy Advance. I loved it so much that in recent years, I bought a new shell for it, I bought a new screen for it, and I posted a picture of it actually when I did the mods. So now it has the IPS screen and it has a flash cart. But yeah, I love my Game Boy Advance.
But now I need to
And obviously one of the best
down.
Game Boy Advance series of all time, Castlevania, so fucking good. GBA, I love the GBA. It's just such a legendary console. You sold your DS to buy a DSi? Oh, the DSi is way better, but it doesn't have a Game Boy Advance slot, so yeah. All right, let's do the survey real quick. What is this? What's a YouTube thing? Guys, what's a YouTube thing? What is this? They're literally buying... I mean, I'm not against it. They're literally buying subscribers on YouTube now. This is so dumb. I'll do it, why not? Alright, I'll do it. So basically, they want you to go to subscribe to their YouTube channel, screenshot it, and then send it to them. That's kind of dumb, actually. Alright, sure. This is my Sanguine account. Alright. This is fine? What the fuck? I guess they're pretty desperate for subscribers. Game Kid Evolution. What's the What's the console that Soldier Boy tried to sell to everybody? But it was just some console from China. I was gonna say free shit. Oh shoot, hold on. Okay, we did it. All right, let's do the story real quick before we do anything else. It was just the Soldier Boy, his name. Arrow, you're old enough. You're old enough to have sang that Soldier Boy song. I know it. In fact, I know you used to idolize Soldier Boy. During the Great Crusades of the 1200s, you were singing Soldier Boy. I was gonna select United States. What the hell's wrong with me? Watch me crank it. Guys. To this day, I still don't understand the lingo they used in the Soldier Boy song. I had to Google as a kid, what does Superman that hoe mean? I'm not gonna Google it on stream. I think it's I think it's so stupid. You can look it up if you want. It's so funny. As a kid, when I found out what it meant, I was just like, what the fuck? This is not what I thought it meant at all. Alright, I guess I'm extremely satisfied with Breddy. I'm not interested in her, but I'm glad they did a thick girl. I know there's a lot of American players, and they only know about thick girls. I'm sorry, I gotta stop taking cheap shots. What's your overall rating for Rest? I didn't play either. I'll just put neutral. I didn't play either. I got a job and I didn't get to play either.
Lol Link.
What? You want me to play this song? We're playing such a good song right now.
Shinji, crank that.
Oh fuck, it's this. Never mind. Okay, fine. It's so fucking bad. I've seen this before. It's terrible. It's just Shinji trying to open a door manually when it got shut down for both Frey and Asuka. It's horrible. Why are you making me play this? Alright, it's still pretty good. You know, I actually respect Soldier Boy a lot. Because, I know people think he's just some gooner, some dumbass. No, he knows the game. He played the game. He used his 50 minutes of fame to make a lifetime of wealth, and he left. He's not a real rapper. He always knew he wasn't a real rapper. When he says I'm jacking on it, does he mean he's jacking on other guys? Wait, I'm extremely satisfied with it. How'd you rate? I'm satisfied with it. What's the song you're playing? I can't believe you're making me play this. Please select your gender. This is what I'm talking about, guys. There's so many different genders now. Male, female, other, I prefer not to say. Oh, they don't even ask you about which. I saw, again, I wasn't lying. I did one survey where they gave me 6 options for your gender. And I was just like, okay. It's a bit too much. Can you believe kids used to do the Soldier Man? Soldier Man? Soldier Man. Yeah, he's Soldier Man now. Kids used to do the Soldier Boy dance and sing along with it. In fact, that's how the video starts, isn't it? For the... Let's just put a couple of these. For the Soldier Boy song. Does anyone even know another song he's made? What does it mean to super soak that hoe? Fire Emblem Heroes? What the fuck? Why is Fire Emblem Heroes #1 on the games list? What is wrong with you? Nikkei, please. Nobody cares about Faye. Why is it even on this list? I actually logged on to Fate Grand Order recently. How long is this song? Was this song always this long? I swear this song has like only like 10 original lines, and it's like 100 repeated lines.
Link?
Stop giving me these shitty ass songs. What is this? Oh fuck. Damn. Wait, XDMX? What was that Friday song? I love it when X gives it to me. I'll turn it up. I love DMX. Oh my gosh. DMX is so talented. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when he and Carly Rae Jepsen got on stage together. He's a true connoisseur of music. I heard DMX's favorite genre is country. Yeah, sometimes X does call you, maybe. Oh, I guess with the leaks, I check that out. Who listened to this music, anyways? I mean, when I was growing up, all the teenage girls loved DMX. But who listened to Carly Rae Jepsen? I have no idea. You love Carly? Damn. This guy's actually serious. You should have had as a fair young maiden growing up, Eldritch, you should have had a proper role model. You should have appreciated true music from a real fair maiden like DMX. This song, by the way, is completely carried by DMX. I don't even know why Carly Rae Jepsen's here, to be honest. Spanish music? I have no idea. I actually am not looking forward to anything right now. I just care about crossovers. Yeah, I guess we'll put that. Spring Memories event. Neutral. Have you ever purchased? Yes! Oh, fuck. I forgot to tell you guys this. I bought the Scarlet figurine. She arrived today. I haven't opened it yet. Yes. I visit it once a day. I'm neutral on this community. Where's the rewards? I guess that. I'll put everything at every month. Less than an hour. Reply to my comments on my own posts? No, I don't do that. I never reply to comments on my own posts. I reply to my own comments instead. That's how you get true engagement. I don't know, man. Some of these options don't feel like they're appropriate for me. All right, auto's always really good. Did you quit Genshin, Sank? No. I was playing Genshin in the background, bitch. How dare you tell me I quit? There, you're wrong.
Alright, well that was easy to prove. You never stream it? Well, in March I barely streamed. In March I just barely streamed in general, so. But I finished building Movica. I finished building Shilonin, Satali, and Movica, so I've just been using them. I play. What the heck? I play. Well, I've just been too busy to stream most things lately, so it's not my fault. Alright, what was I gonna do? Shit, I forgot. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I was gonna play the other games real quick. You're gonna play Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, that's totally what I was gonna do. Yeah, I was gonna do Eldritch. That's right. I'm flying to Alaska right now. You better clench up. Alright, okay, anyways.
I do know someone who would wear these garments with greater aplomb than I. I'm sure they would be delighted to wear them.
Alright, let me play these two games for like 10 minutes each, and then let's watch one anime episode and call it a night. I wanted to do more, but like the Switch 2 stuff took a lot of time, and ranting about Trump, because as I said, I just got a job a month ago, and I put my first paycheck towards the stock market, and it immediately crashed. That was fun. Alright, let's set this up. Schedule 1? What's Schedule 1? Alright guys, let's check out... I think it updated, right? Let's check out Beyond the Ice Palace 2. It's from P-Cube as a publisher. I don't know if you guys ever played Castlevania. I actually love Castlevania. I grew up loving the GBA more than any other console. But yeah, Beyond the Ice Palace 2 will look really familiar once we play the trailer. Arise from the dead as the cursed king in an enthralling action platformer. Will the chains that once imprisoned you... The chains... Huh. To vanquish foes and traverse your fallen kingdom, uncover hidden areas, strategically level up, and reclaim your throne by banishing colossal bosses. You can get it on all major consoles, on all major platforms, it seems like. But no, seriously, look at this. Doesn't this remind you of something? Oh, fuck. Come on. Bruh. Why is it not playing? Come on. Oh my... Okay, hold up. Why? Wait, we can just go on Steam, right? Where is it? Damn it. Fine, I'll just copy and paste here. Oh, I didn't play your song. You're right. My mistake.
After 35 years, a classic return.
Oh my god. That walk is just straight up Castlevania.
Beyond the Ice Palace 2. Take up the mantle of the Cursed King in an epic quest of vengeance, exploration.
Wait, is this actually Castlevania? I thought it was like another version of it.
And power.
It just looks straight up.
Traverse a treacherous world shrouded in danger.
Did you just call me Sega? How dare you?
Of imprisonment are now a tool.
I love Sega.
Slash, strike, and eviscerate any who dare stand in your way. Each swing is a show of your strength.
It looks like a modern Castlevania.
To vengeance. Gather elusive power crystals and artifacts.
Two-Shade.
Strategically enhance your abilities.
Yeah, it's Two-Shade.
Stand against colossal demons that plague.
My favorite rapper.
Each battle is a test of precision and strategy. Piece together fragments of the sacred arrow. Purge the curse that binds you. And reclaim your throne. The fate of the kingdom rests in your hands. Beyond the Ice Palace 2. Out now.
Okay. That is pretty epic. Let's try out the game real quick. I just don't know why it's not letting me access it directly and go to Steam. Why? All right, whatever. It's fine. I'll just open it from Steam. Anyways, I love games like this. Modern. Oh, it wants me to use a controller. Okay, fine. Anyways, after we play a bit, we'll watch an anime episode. What the fuck? You guys hear it? Huh? Oh no. What the hell? Hold on. I think it almost crashed the stream. I don't even think you guys can hear it right now. Some games, when they full maximize, it causes issues. What the hell? I don't even think you guys can hear it. Can you hear it? Okay, there you go. All right. Let's try Beyond the Ice Palace 2. We'll play it for a bit. It looks and feels like a GBA Castlevania. Oh, also, if it's too loud, let me know. It just looks like Simon. With a mask on. Oh, this is a crazy start. Wow. Can I dash? No, no dashing. X to grab. Oh, I see. Oh, that's so cool. It's too loud. Okay. Oh, it wasn't even max and still too loud. Okay. Check, check, check. It's fine, right? Yeah, it's fine. Damn it, man. Okay, I'm gonna skip all dialogue. I'm covering too much of it. Come on, I'm a vet. I don't need this tutorial. It's hold X and then tug. Oh, X to grab. I hang to perform a grab dash. X to grab, RB while hanging. Oh, what? Oh, what? Okay, that's so cool. This is definitely a way more modern Castlevania. You can hang. Money. Okay, this is pretty cool. I'm Tarzan. And you can angle. You know what? I kind of feel like Kratos. Dash grab. Oh. 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 It's very intuitive. Alright, when do I get to kill something? A to slide. Oh, I see. Oh, you just break stuff for money. You can do like combos. I don't even know how many of you guys played Castlevania growing up. This is really good. Oh god. Oh, I thought I was gonna be dead. We're gonna get smashed by a boss. There's always a tutorial boss in these, so I'm looking forward to it. Oh, you can charge. Only twice, I think. 2 wall jumps? Yeah, only twice. Oh, I got hit. Oh, you can stomp them out to make sure they don't come back. Oh, wow. Oh my, there's so many mechanics. I like how little dialogue there is before you get to just play. There are doors! We can open doors instead of just breaking them all down. Think of all the property damage. Oh, I can just dismount by pressing A. Okay. Stomp them out. Oh, left to dodge. Oh, it's like that. Oh, what? It's not... There's a delay on it. You can't just spam it. Why? Oh! Oh my gosh, this reminds me of Smash. This move was bullshit in Smash. Okay, there's stamina costs. Okay. Oh, tomato. By the way, that's my favorite. Do tomatoes count as fruits or vegetables? It's my favorite vegetable. Oh god. It's also why I hate Leo, because he also likes it. Huh? No? What is this? Oh! I see. You're bullshit in Smash. I'll beat your ass in Smash. B. There's so much reading. Okay, get in circle. Oh, I can fast travel. This game looks really good. Oh, I'm hanging. I wonder when we get our first level up. Can I charge in the air? I can! I think this is very imaginative. Like everything you think you can do. Oh, whoa. Everything you think you can do, you probably can in this game. Put it on your wish list if you haven't already. It just feels and looks, it plays like a classic. It feels and looks like a classic. Okay, where's the first boss? There's always supposed to be an early boss in these. I should just rush the boss. I want to play at least till then. I can buy stuff. Okay, I don't want to buy anything. One regret in life was playing Faye. How could you regret it? If you never played Faye, you would have never met me. Oh gosh. If you never became a gacha addict, you could play more real games. Well, it's too late now. You can't leave. You love Bay too much. In fact, you picked Bay over buying a Switch 2. Oh my god. Dash grab? Alright, I want to just get to the boss. This is the longest tutorial ever. Oh, what? Oh god. What the hell? Okay, well. Oh, what? Man. I just want to swing. No! Can I not go up? No! I suck. Alright, fine. Where's the first boss? We should have to be close now, right? Oh. I can go Super Saiyan! Oh my gosh. Super Saiyan! I'm Broly. Broly should have used chains. Chains are cool. Oh no, the Super Saiyan's gone. Jump towards a ledge to grab it. Yeah, I know. Where's the boss? Oh my gosh, what am I doing? What?
In old school Castlevania type games, you have to hold up to walk up the stairs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. I was like, why can't I go back on? You're right. I could have made it back up. I forgot. It's been so long. Damn it, Tarantula. You really are an encyclopedia of useless knowledge. But thank you so much. If only you told me a bit earlier. Oh, it's boss time, right? This has to be boss. No? Okay. Those fires are not real. Oh, finally! I finally made it a boss. Oh, what? Oh no. I'm getting my butt beat. Wait, that was it. I didn't even perform a perfect dodge. It takes stamina. You can only buffer two dodges. Oh, you only have enough stamina for 2. That's why I'm a Trivial Pursuit kind of guy. I kind of want to see what happens when we die. Oh no! Oh no! Well, I got my wish. Oh well, no! What? Oh my gosh! Oh my god! I'm bricked. I'm gonna try what you said. Hold up. You're right! We can walk upstairs. I thought we were just like traumatized by stairs growing up or something, and then can't go on stairs. Actually. Oh, it's the boss? We have long waited your return, my king. I, guardian the capital, along with my 3 companions, have remained faithful to you. No! Fight me! Wait, he was just keeping the seat warm for me. Seek us out across the kingdom to receive our aid. Accept this power crystal and sit upon my throne to upgrade your power. Okay. Oh, shoot. Obviously, you put everything into damage. Okay, I wish I had that much. Wait. There's one called gas. Gas, gas, gas! No, wait, I don't know what that does. Or you're a player in a wheelchair basketball game? Oh my gosh. Damn it, I forgot what I was talking about. You can buy stuff too. Alright, come on, give me a boss. I just want to fight someone. Can I go in? No, I can't. Give me a boss. How is there still no boss? The capital. Oh my gosh, this game is so expansive. Apparently, I can't deal with arrows. Finally, boss time! That's bready, guys. That's definitely bready. I can tell by his stomach. And the massive schlong. Alright, here we go. I'm trying to stay at max range. Oh, fuck. Frick. I can't cancel that. Oh my gosh, quick enough. Oh, what? Am I gonna die? Was that a perfect dodge? Oh, that's a perfect dodge. Oh, he just jumped on me. Wait, how far back am I? Too thin to be ready. Alright, let's try that again. I lost too much health fighting the true final boss, which are the falling arrows. Now I'm ready. Alright, here we go. I got this. What? Oh, I couldn't dodge. What the heck? That's so much range. I'm getting destroyed. That is a perfect dodge. If you dodge at the perfect time. Oh my gosh. I can't react to it. Oh my gosh. Am I gonna lose again? I gotta play way more careful. Oh my god! I'm trying to react to it. You can't cancel your moves. You can't cancel. So like partway through attack, you can't just dodge. Yeah, I was trying to cancel partway through attack. You can't do that. So you have to be intentionally dodge. You're eating those hits more than Brett eats those food. Oh my gosh. Alright, I got this. I got this. I'm not ass. I just don't know how quickly we can cancel moves. Okay, that was a complete whiff. What the heck? I totally dodged that. Oh my gosh, why can't I dodge that? Oh my gosh, I can't react to that. What? Oh my gosh, I'm throwing. I'm throwing so hard. Well, I won. It was bad, but I won. That was the first boss, the Executioner. Wow. I'm trying to react, but like, when you... Look. See that? There's a delay. You can't just instantly dodge.
Ready or not, here he comes.
Oh.
Name him.
You're terrible. I bet Tarantula's gonna reveal to me one day that he has like 5 kids. That's why he's so good at dad jokes, because he's the ultimate dad. Oh. I have subjects. Alright, I think I'm good. Anyways, guys! What'd you think of that? This game's pretty goddamn awesome. How did I save? Wait, where do I save? Oh, it is saving. Okay. Anyways, check it out. It's Beyond the Ice Palace 2. It's pretty awesome. I thought it was so cool. It is definitely worthy of its Castlevania origins. All right, we got one more to go, and then we can watch an episode. It's another old game. It's another older looking game. Yeah, put it on your wish list. If you enjoyed okay. If you enjoyed Castlevania growing up, I think you would definitely enjoy that.
Rated E10 for ages 10 and up.
Alright, our next game we're checking out. Omega 6, The Triangle Stars. I didn't do this on purpose. We're just checking out older games. Older looking modern games tonight, huh? This looks like another GBA game. No. It looks like a Game Boy Color game. Unfortunately, they didn't give me a link to give to you guys. I'm surprised. They didn't give me a link. Omega 6, the Triangle Stars. They did not give me a link. Don't bother using the key. I used it.
Steel. Strong, sharp.
Okay, anyways.
Rated E10.
We'll check it out real quick. I can't believe we're just checking out like older games tonight, huh? Is that evil Star Fox? I guess this is perfect for us. Everyone here is at least 60 years old. Except for Arrow, 800. Alright, let's check it out. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh my god. The look, the feel, it's on point. It's a bit loud. Can I increase it? Yeah, I can. Can I drop the sound? That's right. Older games do not have volume options. I'll drop it to 50%. I hope that's all right. 40%. Older games don't have volume options, guys. Oh my goodness. Let's do this. Omega 6, the Triangle Stars. Too much reading. I would read it, but like, I'm sick. Arrow. In the future, humans can average over 400 years in length. You've already doubled them. This age populace sees new woes among disenfranchised young people, but no large conflicts emerge, and Earth sees relative peace. In the midst of this prosperity, a wormhole suddenly appears near Mars. The wormhole brings many immigrants. This is America's worst nightmare. Many immigrants from the stars seeking a home on Earth. The visitors from space are friendly. That's not good enough. And Earth accepts them with open arms. This is not true. This is a work of fiction. However, the decrease in human youth population leads to less and less living space for Earth. Is this game literally a story about immigration? Leaves less and less space for Earthlings, and Earth's major cities are controlled by outer space populations in a few years. This is literally America. This is America. Enter Professor Victor Franklin. His achievements were key contributions to humanity's increased lifespans. Anxious about the future of an Earth with only elderly humans and aliens, he decides upon searching for a second new world. Wait a second. Let me get this straight. Aliens come to Earth and they take over Earth through peaceful means because there's just so many of them, and then we have to leave and look for a new planet. This is literally the story of America. The professor creates two androids, Thunder and Kyla. Finding the ideal planet will take countless months or even years, but androids can rejuvenate themselves any number of times in their stasis pods. With their starship, Omega 6, the two are sent off in a search of a new planet, and so begins Thunder and Kyla's incredible journey to find a new home for humanity. So this is not America, because if it was America, they would start deporting them to Costa Rica or El Salvador. But instead, we're off trying to find a new planet to leave. This is definitely not American. Americans would fight. Around 400 years have passed since Omega 6 launched from Earth. Oh, I guess Earth's gone now. Looks like yours truly wins. No hard feelings. Well, it ain't like ya can do much as ya are now, heh. What? Stop this! This is the end, buddy. Nice knowing ya. But please stop. My mission to protect those two in the pods will be... Shut it. Lights out. Aye. That's what the sound means, right? What the? Huh? Now then, shall we finish this game? Aren't you tired of it yet? Oh, come on. Why the straight man routine? We're having a blast. I had to. I can't stand this any longer. We were to play first to 10,000 wins, but wouldn't you say this is enough? What the? What are you talking about? Where am I? What am I? Oh! It's I don't know if you guys remember the classic point and click adventure games of the 90s. This is what this is. I can talk to them. It doesn't look like those two have noticed me. Now I'm gonna fight them. Fight with who? Oh, I'm not allowed. Inspect. Oh, that game they're playing. Now I see. It's the one I bought. I bought and left lying around, isn't it? They must have been so bored that they brought it out. Press the confirm button to investigate. Alright, let's investigate. This is one of my prized possessions, a game I can play whenever I'm bored and have nothing else to do. Can I call them over? That game fanatic, Flavo, is probably the one who fished out the game I put away. I wonder, do all insectoid aliens love games that much? Well, he's gotten so absorbed in them that he's forgotten to pilot ship. It's probably just a quirk of Flavo's. Kyla brought Flavo aboard when he was just a larva, but I wonder if we were right to make him navigator. Oh, so we know them. Come on, Prop. Looks like you've been his gaming partner this whole time we've been asleep. We've known Prop, our support robot, since we left Earth. Come to think of it, it's been 400 years. Prop hasn't changed a bit, being a robot after all. My body's not moving like it should. Alright, let's call them over. Those two are caught up in game. Looks like they haven't noticed me. Oh. I'm gonna try to fight them. Oh, maybe? Tentacles instead of lights. Performing ship maintenance and even our regular health checkups to biometric tech. It's all Meg 6's true Marvel engineering. I wonder when Thunder and Kyla wake up, you know? They look like dried up fossils at the end of their last fight. Those pods bring back their youth, but we'll be in big trouble if they break, right? Boy, it'd be a real bummer if Kyla's staying looking like an old granny. Hold it. Watch your tongue. Oh, she's awake. Whoa, Kyla. Your skin's smooth like a pearl. Give me a break. Phew, you haven't changed. Oh, Thunder, how you feeling? Morning, you guys. Looks like you're back to your younger selves. Who you're calling Granny? I swear. Do you go mouthing off like that every time we take a nap in the pods? A nap, she says. It was way longer than that. What? It was only 3 years, right? 3 years. Yeah, but... Anyways, what's our location? Our target planet will soon be within sight. To be certain, there's no reason for us to continue our search for a second Earth in earnest. We've already leased the planet, and we're currently paying off that loan with the real estate company. We leased the planet. The planet's just the one potential candidate. Okay, I'm gonna skip this. So much reading. Can I fight? I want to fight someone! I think I have to talk to everybody. Now can we fight? I have healing fruits. Can I fight? I want to fight someone. Okay. It's not that I don't have patience for reading, it's just because I'm still sick, so I don't want to read. Oh my, there's so much dialogue. This really is a 90s click and point adventure game. Oh, I saved. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of characters. Oh, there's a lot of characters. Oh my, holy fuck. What? There's 122 characters in this game. Okay. Okay, I quit. I'm too tired to play too much of this right now. All right. Anyways, do you guys want to watch something? I know it's kind of late. I'm gonna cut the YouTube stream so we don't get in trouble while watching stuff. Oh man. But yeah, check out the game if you're interested in the 90s click and point adventure games. I definitely am. It's really late. All right, I want to cut the YouTube stream so we can actually do some stuff.